Well, desperate times call for desperate measures, and it's written all over the faces of the Nangarhar Leopards. A slip down the points table with a loss tonight, and that might end their tournament dreams. The Leopards are low in confidence after a beating from the Knights yesterday, a game that they should never have lost. And the Paktia Panthers, well, they will not waste any opportunity to hit where it hurts most. And that's exactly what's coming up next. The Nangarhar Leopards against the Paktia Panthers. It's match 15 in this Afghanistan Premier League. It's live from the Sharjah Cricket Association Stadium. And it's all to play for these two sides. I'll tell you what, the Nangarhar Leopards, they'll be cursing themselves as to how they let it slip yesterday. But they did, and they've got to regroup tonight and try and make a comeback. Rightio, let's have a look at the Paktia Panthers, how they've done so far. They lost the first one to Kabul, and then 3 victories, and they were looking odds-on favourites, and then they've lost to the Bulk by 89 runs, and that means they're on 6 points, and a loss tonight again will leave them on 6, and with everybody else creeping up, not a good position to be in, so they need to win tonight, and that will cement their place. They'll be on 8 points, and they'll be okay, and they'll back themselves to be in the semi-finals with 8 points. Well, Brian Murgatroyd was downstairs a little earlier, caught up with Shahid Afridi.
I'm delighted to say that we've been joined by Shahid Afridi of the Paktia Panthers, and Shahid, well, bit of a rest for you, so you must be fresh as a daisy.
Yep, I'm fair. I'm very much fresh, and I think still finding some boundaries, still trying to get some runs. It's very important because upcoming game is will be very crucial. So everyone, I think, enjoying. Yeah, good.
Yesterday, a defeat though. What lessons have the team taken from that loss? Because it was a big loss.
I think before coming to the ground, we just in the team meeting, and I just told them that, guys, before that game, we defend 124 runs, and so how good we are, we all know that, and we're gonna play each and every game as important as semi-final and final. So just focus for today's game, and don't try to do less mistakes. So if in both teams, if we make less mistakes, that team will win.
And you've beaten Nangarhar already in the tournament. How much does that count for tonight?
I think that was gone. That was history, and we really done well in that competition. But the way we played the last game, that was very disappointment. And now it's a new game, fresh day, and we're gonna play with our full strength.
Shahid, thank you very much indeed for joining us, and good luck this evening.
Thanks, man.
He's always full of the joys of spring, Shahid Afridi. Nothing can get him down. Now, what about the Nangarhar Leopards? They started off with a victory, and then had 3 consecutive losses, and that would have dented their confidence big time. And then they pulled out a win against Kabul by 15 runs, but the loss yesterday to the Kandahar Knights by 26 runs will be a bitter pill to swallow for them. And they're running out of games, really. They've got 2 left, and they've got to make sure that they get some points on the board. They're on 4 at the moment, and if they lose tonight, they stay on 4 with only 1 game remaining, and that will put them in a very precarious position. Right, let's go downstairs and see who Brian Murgatroyd has got with him this time.
Delighted to say that we've been joined by Sandeep Lamichan of the Nangarhar Leopards. Welcome to the Afghanistan Premier League.
Thank you very much, sir.
Now, you've come into this tournament off the back of a pretty remarkable effort for Nepal in the World 2020 qualifier. 24 wickets at an average of 2, so you must be pretty confident.
Yeah, it's all about the contribution of every member from the team, and they made it really easy for me, and we are into the second round, and hopefully we'll make it to the qualifiers.
Now, of course, on top of that, you've had experience this year in the Caribbean Premier League. How will that help you in this tournament, do you think?
Yeah, I think all the leagues that I'm playing so far, I think all the leagues are helping me to grow my game, and the experience will be count here as well. And I think this is a great moment taken by Afghanistan Cricket Board as well to grow their cricket as well. So I hope this game will gonna get me some more exposure as well.
Is there any pressure on you because you're coming in now as an overseas player, particularly at this business end of the tournament?
I think every game that I used to play, I take it as an opportunity for me, because every game is an opportunity, and if you make it count, nothing would be better than this.
And what's the mood in the team like? Because obviously you lost to Kandahar last night, the bottom side in the ladder, and this really is a very, very important game, isn't it?
Yeah, every game is important right now, because we are on the first position, and 2 games left, and we have to win all the 2 games. And yeah, pretty confident, all the boys, and I think today we're gonna rock on.
Sandeep, thank you very much indeed for joining us, and best of luck for this evening.
Thank you very much.
Charming young lad, and he's come off some very good form in those qualifiers. He's going to have to play well to lift his team. The Paktia Panthers, and that particular game, the last game they played against each other, 184 for 8. Shahzad contributing, Samiullah as well, Ben Cutting 3 for 25, and the Leopards 163 for 6, so losing by 21 runs, despite great effort from Ben Cutting with bat in hand, 71 off 39 and 49 not out from Shahidi, just not able to get over the line. Udana was one of the gun bowlers in that game again, 2 for 28, contributions as well from Afridi and Zia Rahman. So they've got to try and carry on their merry way, the Paktia Panthers. If they can repeat that, they'll be very happy. But the Nangarhar Leopards, their backs against the wall, and I'm sure they're going to come out fighting like cornered tigers. They need to, because they need some points to stay in this competition. If they lose here, they're going to be under some big pressure. Rightio, let's see who's going to bat and bowl first. Out there in the middle with the 2 captains a little earlier, Charu Sharma.
Well, it's been very hectic. We're down to the last match of our 4 doubleheaders here on Super Sunday. And the Panthers are squaring off with the Leopards. I've got the captains with me. To my left, Mohammad Shahzad, skipper of the Panthers. And then to his left, Ben Cutting, skipper of the Leopards. And finally, of course, David Dukes. Thanks so much for adjudicating this. Ben Cutting's got the coin. Your call, Mohammad Shahzad. Heads is the call. David, if you'll travel on all the way, and please tell us eventually what happens. Tails. Sorry, Mohammad Shahzad, you called heads. All right, Ben, we heard that. So you're going to bat first. Obviously, you must be licking your chops with considering what happened the previous match.
Yes and no. As we've seen the last couple of games, it's been high score in the afternoon. It tends to get a bit harder during the night. So we'll see if this wicket's the same.
Yeah, you raised the memory of the previous match?
Which one?
True. Okay, well, it's been pretty hectic. Well, the one that you lost. But hey, it'll be nice to come back to winning ways.
It will, yeah. We've got Sandeep coming in tonight for Nathan Remington. Remo did well for us with the ball last night, picked up a couple of wickets, but obviously Sandy's a world-class spinner, so we've thrown him straight in because I think this wicket's going to suit him.
Now, let me just confirm, you will bat first.
We will bat first.
All right, just need to get that right. Good luck.
Thank you.
Mohammad Shahzad, what, did you watch a bit of that last match?
Not actually. I was just with my friend Usman Ghani is injured. I with him, so I didn't watch the match.
Well, I hope he's all right. I truly hope so. But after what happened in the previous match, you must be just dying for that big 100 yourself.
Yeah, it's actually we're not happy with the last game, but we will try very best to win this match, and we come back in strong, and we have a couple of changes, so we must win this match.
Are you happy to bowl first on this pitch?
It doesn't matter to us. The pitch is same in the old match, but we also want to bat first, but it's okay.
Falling just a little behind on the points, of course, we hope that you make the final 4. Any changes for this match?
We have 3 changes. I think Shahid Afridi is in and Ehsanullah is in. Still, I don't know. Yeah, please.
We'll take that. Listen, wish you all the best.
Thank you very much.
All right, so Ben Cutting wins the toss for Nangarhar Leopards, and he will bat first.
Yeah, early in the tournament, we saw sides winning the toss in the evening game, wanting to bowl first and chase down later. With the dew coming down, thought that would be an easier option. But now they're deciding to bat first. And that's how they stack up, the Nangarhar Leopards, Johnson Charles and Anton Devsic. When they get it going, stand by, and if they get it going tonight, we could see the ball disappearing to all parts. Ramat Shah has had a decent tournament so far. The captain, Ben Cutting, has been inspirational. And first look at Sandeep Lamichain, the Nepalese leg spinner. And Mujibur Rahman is going to be partnering him, so that should be a mouth-watering little episode in the game. And just a confirmation that they have won the toss and elected to bat first. The Paktia Panthers, Mohammad Shahzad, well, nothing seems to faze him at the toss there. You ask him all sorts of questions and whatever happens, happens. Whatever comes, comes. He doesn't worry about it. He's just going to go out there and play only as he knows how to play. Cameron Delport, he's yet to really get going in the tournament, and we hope tonight that he can maybe find the boundary a few times. Sekunda Raza, he's played really well in the tournament so far and will look to continue that good form. And what about Usuru Idana? He has been outstanding with ball in hand and been pivotal in the success of the Paktia Panthers. Well, the umpires are beginning the long trek out to the middle, and the players will follow shortly. Alongside me, AJ Mera. What do you make of this encounter, and who needs to do what?
Thanks a lot, Lister. Yes, I think as far as Leopards are concerned, they seem to have a very good spin attack. Everybody waiting in eagerness for the action to begin. The second game of the evening. We had a very high-scoring game, the first one. All credit to Hazratullah Zazai, the way he batted. Not to forget Chris Gale. Absolutely brilliant knocks from both of them for either side. But this is going to be a big game as well for the Leopards. Remember, last night, they lost their game, so they will be under some pressure. And Mohammad Shahzad, well, he's always proactive, always something to do on the field. He's got his own methods of batting as well. And he'll be eager that his team does well, because last game they didn't have a great one. Udana, of course, has been special for them. Just having a chat, Mohammad Shahzad with Udana. Usuru Udana has been absolutely brilliant with the ball. The way he's bowled the Yorkers, the first 2 or 3 overs with the new ball. And mentioning about the importance of this game now, because you see Paktia Panthers, they've got 6 points. The Leopards, they have 4. So Kandahar Knights, they're just trying to move up the ladder there. So whoever loses this one will be under a bit of pressure coming into the next week, which is going to be the business end of the tournament. So it's going to be a very important game, this one, for both the sides, for the Panthers and the Leopards. So remember, the top 4 teams will be vying for the semi-finals. The team that finishes first will be playing with the 4th position team. The second team that finishes will be playing with the 3rd position team. 437 runs for Tarakai, 150 for him. His best 90. He's got a decent technique. Of course, they like to have a good start. Anton Devsic has been in a tremendous touch. He's batted well. Couldn't do much in the last game, but he's a very handy customer. To see that strike rate tells the story. 250s for him in the APL. A strike rate of almost 141, 239 runs for him. So he's done well. His best 94.
Yeah, we've seen him really cut loose. And with Johnson Charles, they make a fearsome combination if they do get going. Yusuf Zazai is going to be opening the bowling. Economy rate of 8.2, so maybe a wee bit on the high side. Best of 1 for 15. But he's got some good skills, good change of pace. And he's going to need all of that here tonight because it's a good wicket. We saw that in the previous game, that there's plenty of runs on offer. So as a bowler, you have to make sure that you're spot on. Bismillah Yan Shinwari from Afghanistan is the standing umpire in this evening's encounter. And Anil Chaudhary is assisting him, and he's from India. So we're very nearly ready to rock and roll here in this very, very important game insofar as this competition is concerned. And both sides will know exactly what's at stake. And that should prove for a really, really good contest. I expect lots of ebbs and flows and various stages of the game. But these first few overs, the power play over, is very crucial because with the field restrictions, only 2 men out, you've got to make sure that you try and find the boundary as often as possible, get your team off to a flyer. For fuck's sake, get on with it.
Yeah, this man comes in. That's Shahid Afridi. Didn't play the last game, so coming after a break would be fresh, raring to go. That's exactly what he was talking about with Brian. Always a very handy customer, bowled really well. The last game he played, Shahid Afridi. He's taking a bit of time settling in. There's going to be Anton Devsic on strike at the moment. So everything settled. And it's ball number 1 of this game. Oh, no. Still will have to wait. Everybody, Alistair, waiting patiently.
Well, he took an age to tie up his shoelaces and got that right, and then forgot to mark his run out properly. Well, anyway, it's better than just going through with it. We saw a few new, or no balls, I should say, in the first game that were costly. Rightio, here we go then.
Right on.
So first delivery from Yusuf Zahir right on the bottom there within the stump. That's exactly what he's got to do. Just having a word with the umpire as well. Had a towel in the pocket just in case the dew comes in. Just went to the ground. At the moment looks absolutely perfect. No signs of dew. On the first 2 days, the start of the Gulbahar Afghanistan Premier League, we had some issues regarding dew, and that was a big problem for the spinners especially. The last few days have been pretty good. That's played well. Swiveling across, the first runs coming from the blade of Devsich. Very nicely played. Fork 4.
Soloriza. Yeah, it was a very average delivery, you'd have to say, with fine leg up in the circle. And he's running and dug it in halfway down. That's an easy put away. And Anton Devsich not going to miss out on those. As mentioned, this is a good surface. You've got to be spot on. You've got to make sure that your plans are clear in your head and you have the ability to execute, because you get it slightly wrong, you're going to go the distance.
Sometimes what happens, Alistair, is you see the previous game and you think it was a very high scoring game, you know, big runs scored, almost 500 runs in that game. So how to go about? So there would have been a bit of talk by the coach, by the captain. So how to really go? But I think, but you got to just play ball by ball, over by over. Don't think too big. Mujib, Zahir, they have some brilliant spinners in the ranks. Not forget Zahir Khan.
Yeah, they would have had a chance to go out and look at the wicket as well. So yes, you've got in the back of your mind what's happened in the previous game. That gives you an understanding of what you need to be doing in the game that you play, gives you an understanding of the conditions, but then you also got to go out there and assess yourselves. And I think they would have gone out there and said, hey, hold on, this is a really good looking pitch, much better than the one yesterday. So we've got to up the ante a little bit and obviously know that it's going to be a high scoring game. So you would have set your stall out, you would have been going through the thought processes and know full well that there's runs on offer here. Well, that's up and over. And he hasn't quite got all of it. More a pitching wedge than a driver. And they'll come back for 2. So right off the bottom of the bat.
Yeah, but you were spot on, Alistair, because you did mention this is a very good wicket. Much better than what we saw yesterday. Not much cracks on the surface. The binding has been good. And my fellow commentator, Alistair, did mention it's going to be full of runs. That's exactly what transpired in the first game. You can see the binding, the sheen on the surface, and this typical of a Sharjah wicket, and that's exactly what we saw in the first game. Great work done by the ground staff as well. Full credit to them. That's played well. Up and over. That's going to be a 4. Fork boundary to end the over. Expensive one from Yusuf. 10 without loss. So decent start here for the Leopards. Last ball, previous over, really struck well by Anton. He's been in great form, going up and over, knew exactly what he was doing. Much better timing. Lovely bat flow as well. Freeing his arms up and getting the result he wanted. The young man will have to think how to bowl against a quality batsman. There's going to be Suro Udana from the other end.
He sure knows how to bowl to quality batsmen. He's done it all tournament long, and he's had the upper hand. 10 wickets in the tournament so far. Have a look at that economy rate, and that's bowling in the power play and at the death. Outstanding. Best of 4 for 38. So look for him to be spot on in this particular game as well.
I think out of all the new ball bowlers, he's been the most impressive. Absolutely fantastic. The way he's bowled, just not about the wickets he's picked up, the lines, the slow ones, the way he's varied his pace. Absolutely brilliant. Just see those wickets as well. 3 against Kandhar, 3 for 19, 4 against Bulk. Was a touch expensive, but absolutely brilliant in the death as well. Against the same team, 2 for 28 against the Leopards. So absolutely brilliant. Every game he's delivered for his side.
Oh, it's a big appeal. Oh, was it pitching outside leg stump? It's gone away for 4, so unfortunately it'll cost him. But it was a terrific delivery. Hurried him for pace. And he tried to play a little too square, did Tarakai. Played across it, and the only thing that saved him was that it pitched outside leg stump. Confirmation of that fact. Would have clattered into all 3. Of that, there's no doubt, but you cannot be out if the ball pitches outside leg stump. And I think there's the umpire just having a word and saying, listen, this is what I thought, and you're spot on, ump. That's a really good decision.
Oh, he's a very good umpire, Anil Chaudhary. He's very consistent, very experienced as well. That's exactly what he told Udana. Wasn't very happy, Udana, that it wasn't given, but absolutely right. Once it pitches outside the leg stump, can't be given. Much fuller this time. So once again a left and right opening combination here for Nangarhar Leopards. Certainly, you know, to start with, Alistair, you did mention that the bowling lineup looks to be the best, and yes, the team balance is so good, but they're just losing the momentum, the Leopards. They've got to be very careful, because the last game as well, yesterday evening, they could have really chased down, just losing the plot while batting.
Yeah, there was a sort of mental meltdown, wasn't there? And they had the opposition 25 for 5, allowed them to get 140 and then not able to chase it down. So those demons are always not far from the surface. You've got to get suppress them, get them down and get the positive thoughts flowing.
And this is the best thing about Udana. You know, he'll alter his length at times. He's not predictable. Got to be tough here for Tarakai. He's taking his time. Hasn't opened his account so far. Surely Udana will be testing him on even such a good wicket.
Yeah, just the 4 leg byes off the over so far, and then the 4 dot balls. So, as expected from Udana. Still a ball remaining, though. He's got to make sure that he's concentrating and gets it in the right area, because he knows that after such a good over, the batsman's looking to score. Goes after it, and there is protection out there. There was a field change. Really good stuff from captain and bowler. 2 overs done, 15 for none.
You see the bowling lineup for the Leopards now. Zahir Khan, Mujibur Rahman, Sandeep Lamechane from Nepal. Rahman Shah did a very good job the other day. Picked up 3 wickets, was man of the match as well. So they've got decent spinners in the ranks, and that's a big strength. Sanullah Janat back up for the Panthers. Sikandar Raza has been in good touch. He's really batted well and also fielded really brilliantly along with his useful bowling efforts.
Sharifi into the attack. So he's got his work cut out now. 3 matches, best of 3 for 34. There's a big appeal there. I tell you what, that's mighty close. Yeah, he's given him. I just thought that was pretty adjacent in real time. The umpire concurs and Tarakai has to go.
Yeah, trying to play on the onside, just closing the bat face. Would be disappointed. Tarakai couldn't really make a move on. Good delivery there from Sharifi, coming in, angling in. Just struck him on the back leg as well and looked very adjacent. The finger was up and he had to go. Delight there for the bowler, Sharifi, getting an early wicket. Just the confidence that he wanted. It's Tarakai out for 1. It's 15 for 1. So at number 3 walks in Johnson Charles, a man who can really clobber the bowling. 98 runs for him so far in the APL, 43 is best. Tarakai just waited there for a few seconds. Wasn't very happy. Was there some inside edge?
Don't think so. And the back leg was bent as well. It hit him on the fleshy part just above the pad. Normally, if he's standing upright, that would indicate that it's going over the stumps, but it was bent. So I think it's a fair decision from the umpire. It was adjacent and I think would have been hitting the top of the stumps.
They just played the wrong shot, but this one absolutely perfect. That's going to be a 4. Lovely strike, bisecting that gap. Charles getting an early boundary. A fork 4.
Didn't want to put in the dive here, Shahid Afridi. I thought that instead of chasing it to the boundary, he might have put in the dive, but as soon as it was hit, he started escorting it to the boundary. And, well, the ball won comfortably in the end. Lovely shot that from Johnson Charles, placed beautifully in the gap.
Slashing at that one. Well, this man, once again, he's donned the gloves. Last game, I remember, it was Mohammad Sardar who was keeping for the Paktia Panthers. But now, just seeing the relevance of this game, they have to really win it. Once again, back behind the stumps here, the captain, Mohammad Shahzad. Sikandar Raza, always a captain's delight. They have a few match winners in the ranks, Paktia Panthers.
Oh, that's a really good shot. I'm going to just get the single for it. Kept his shape nicely, did Johnson Charles, and trying to hit it too hard, punched it down the ground. So he's looking in good condition early on. And as mentioned, they'll know that this is a good pitch. Both of them have been out there for a few deliveries now. Johnson Charles 4 and Devsic 6 balls, but they'd have known straight away that the ball's coming on a lot better and it's good for batting. Now they've got to make sure that they take advantage.
But decent over here from Sharifi. He's been impressive. Can really curl the ball back into the right-hander. At the moment, the left-hander on strike. And going to be a dot delivery up to end the 3rd over. It's 20 for 1. 20 for 1. The Leopards after 3 overs. Man number 15 going to be Usuru Udana once again. Special first over once again from him, just conceding 1 run. He's been absolutely brilliant. Ring of fielders on the offside for Charles on strike, the right-hander.
Such a good bowler, really is. He knows that Johnson Charles is going to try and line him up, so there's no length balls. There's either that full delivery, there's the slower ball. He knows exactly what's required. And if he does bowl a length ball, I'm sure it would have been an error. He knows that he's looking in that favoured leg side area. Any length ball, he's looking to heave over anywhere between mid-on and square leg.
The thing is, he won't be giving much width to the batsman. You know, he's got to manufacture some shots. Remember that game when he got that wicket as well off Chris Gayle, big wicket. He was just struggling at that stage, Chris Gayle, but just see that delivery. It happened, brilliant delivery. Chris Gayle didn't have any clue about that one. Got an early wicket, Udana. Always a wicket you will cherish. And such has been his performance, that he's got those early wickets, not given easy runs, stemmed the flow of runs.
It was over the wicket. It's coming round the wicket now. So a change of angle for Usuru Udana. Oh, straight to the man. He's missed out there, Johnson Charles. He's got away with that one as Usuru Udana trying to bowl the Yorker, get it full straight. And, well, all he ended up doing was bowling a full toss, and he had just made the field change where square leg came up into the circle. So there was acres of space behind square on the leg side, and he's picked him out perfectly.
Yeah, timed it pretty well. Shinwari was the fielder at square leg. Left or right to him, few yards would have been a certain 4. Lucky there. Oh, just chipping it in the air. Just eluding him. Just eluding Shinwari. Udana not very happy, coming back for the second as well. So it's all happening here.
Yeah, he's not happy at all. Really good piece of deception from Usuru Udana. It was the slower ball dipped on Johnson Charles. And Shinwari, you'd have to say, was a bit slow in getting out of the blocks, and then took his sweet time in gathering it again, and they got through for 2. Yeah, not his best effort in the field, Samuel Shinwari. And Usuru Udana let him know it.
Yeah, he was saying first you drop the catch, probably should have attempted much better, and then conceding the second run as well. But there should have been only 1. As a bowler, when you're working hard, you're never happy. That should be a wide. He's earning in his line. Surely needed a better effort there, Shinwari.
Here it is, the change of pace, and chipped up in the air. He moved so late to Shinwari. Should have really made a better effort than that, and then just took his time, just dawdled after the ball, and they ran through for 2. That's what really irritated Udana. Again, not good contact from Johnson Charles, and not able to get it past the fielder or into the gap. Just the 3 runs off this over. Outstanding stuff again from Udana. 1 ball remaining. He's only conceded 4 runs, would you believe?
At least the bowlers want, Leicester, is you know, commitment by the fielders. At least they want them to give their best. They're working hard in these conditions. Bowling never easy on such a track. A lot of change in the field. A lot of man at deep mid wicket, a long on, so 2 boundary riders on the onside. Again, a very good over so far. Finishing off with a dot delivery. Well done, Udana. 4 overs gone, 23 for 1.
23 for 1 and 4 overs, so pretty sedate start, you'd have to say, from the Nangarhar Leopards, having won the toss, decided to bat first. But we saw that in the first game as well. The Bulk Legends were 10 for none after 3 and ended up with 244. So acceleration can be achieved just with one good over.
This is what Zai has to do, because Udana at the other end is keeping that pressure. He's really bowled well. Got to keep fuller, keep the ball within the stumps. Such an asset for any captain, Isuru Udana.
Yep, the batting conditions are still the same. They're good. But the difference between the first game and this game has been the bowling. The Paktia Panthers have been on song. They've hit exactly the areas they needed to hit. They've been really full Yorker length, and they've bowled some good slower balls and really not given anything away thus far. And that's been the difference so far anyway.
Oh, good change of pace. Trying to whack it on the onside, missing it completely. After the departure of Tharakai, things have really slowed down here for the Leopards.
Yeah, good stuff. Really had the measure of Anton Devcic way through the shot. He really has got a good change of pace. Isuru Udana, for me, has got the best change of pace in the competition of any of the fast bowlers. But this guy's up there, Zai.
That's pulled away. It's important to a bowler to feel so very important, especially in the power play. Don't want to concede too many runs, keep the pressure going, because Paktia Panthers have someone like Sikandar Raza. They have Shahid Afridi in the ranks, some decent spinners. Bowled really well the last game he played, Shahid Afridi. Of course, he missed yesterday, but before that was absolutely brilliant with the ball.
Right, so just getting his field right, making sure that everything's okay. I think he wants the mid-off back, but Shahid Afridi's going, no, hold on, it's fine. Don't worry, you got it all good. Leave the mid-on back.
Oh, good delivery. He's really working up some good pace as well. Saw that slow delivery early in the over, the off cutter against Anton Devcic. But now that was good pace, good line as well, beating the bat of Charles.
Yeah, they're struggling here, these two, they really are. Trying to get on with things, but just not able to get in the right positions and pick the right deliveries. They've been spot on, the double Ps, they really have. Oh, just talked him up and he bowls a hip-high full toss. That's the worst delivery of the game so far. An easy put away for Johnson Charles. He had him under the pump, had him in his spotlight, and then he's released the pressure with a very, very ordinary delivery.
Yeah, as you mentioned, juicy full toss on the pad line, probably trying the Yorker length. There was a man in the deep at deep square leg, but it was so well timed that he was a mere spectator. Lovely shot as well. Didn't really have to move too much. It was pure timing by Charles. Good stuff once again. Will be a single to end the 5th over. It's 29 for 1.
Nangarhar Leopards, they won the toss, chose to bat, but they haven't had it all their own way so far. They really have struggled to get out of the blocks against some very disciplined Paktia Panthers bowling. The Leopards, in all fairness, Ben Cutting, their captain, has made the point on a few occasions in this tournament that their batting is their Achilles heel. And that's 4.
Beg your pardon. Hi, Brian. Good evening. Well, just before this 4, mind you, in the previous over, it looked like run making was so difficult on the same pitch that 467 runs were scored just a few hours ago. So either the pitch has deteriorated a lot, we think not, I think not, or the bowling has been fairly disciplined, except the last couple of balls, or are these two gentlemen just a little off form today? Because it's strange how runs seem to be so difficult to make in this match. So far, that is. Here we go. Did somebody hear me? Johnson Charles, you got good ears. Well done. Just went through with the line, caught it from the sweet part of the bat. That's a Bob maximum Spagiza. And don't the Leopards need it?
First one of the night for the Leopards, and goodness me, that was a big hit. Made a lot of distance out towards the boundary. It also made a lot of distance up in the air. Zia Rahman, a length ball, and we've seen in this tournament countless times Johnson Charles loves that area. Lots of bottom hand. There's a man out at deep wideward wicket now.
Oh, that's close. Slow one. Johnson Charles deceived and given. Umpire Anil Chaudhary, in his inimitable style, took his time, but that seemed pretty plump. And Charles done it by a slow one. Very clever delivery by Sharifi, following up after being hit for a 6.
What a cracking piece of bowling that was. Johnson Charles, the heart was racing. He was fancying getting on to Sharifi, but a little off-cutter, wrapping him on the knee roll. And umpire Chaudhary took his time, but that looked absolutely plumb to me. Frustration for Johnson Charles, and a second wicket for Paktia. Johnson Charles out for 22 just as he was getting going. And Nangarhar Leopards 39 for 2. Ramat Shah in at number 4. He's been up and down the order. The first couple of matches he played, he was at number 4. Then he didn't bat against Kabul. Number 5 against Balkh. Number 6 against Kabul. 7 last night against Kandahar. So he's earned a promotion on the back of 17 that he scored yesterday evening from 15 balls.
The Afghans talk very highly of Rahmat Khan's batting ability. Another clever delivery by Sharifi, and of course he bowled very well, did the start on with the ball. His leggies, Rahmat Khan, a couple of matches ago. So valuable all-rounder.
This is why he's here, and I don't think it gets any more plumb than that.
Yeah, well, he might argue that it struck my front foot and just about the knee roll or above. Oh, aggression by Sharifi. But the fact is he didn't take a big stride out, so he was just sort of half-cocked right there. It might have struck leg stump, we think. Edged! Too far away from the diminutive captain, who's back to his keeping. And that's another Salureza.
Off the mark in none too convincing fashion, Ramat Shah. He was player of the match a few nights ago against Kabul when he took 3 for 25. And, well, you have to give marks to Mohammad Shahzad for the dive there. Perhaps 9.9 for style with the judges, but he was never going to get a glove on that one.
Well, you took the words out of my mouth. I was about to ask you, so what are your marks for that one? But plenty of commitment, nowhere near the ball though. Well done, Mohammad Shahzad. Slower one that went wrong. Yet, oh, this could be tight. A direct throw, he was gone. Very dangerous, but he survived. 6 overs gone. Power play up, 44 for 2.
Power plays over then, 44 for 2, but it could so easily have been 43 for 3. Shinwari with the throw at short mid-wicket, and how about that for a leap by Anil Chowdhury, the highest of the night, I reckon.
He must have been a very keen hurdler in his youth. But he survives, and so does the batsman.
Well, you've heard the expression, someone's for the high jump. And I think Anil Chowdhury was most assuredly for the high jump there. Here's Shahid Afridi, fresh from a break last night. Didn't play in the defeat at the hands of the Balk Legends. What can you do with the ball now?
Well, in the Gulbahar Afghanistan Premier League, powered by Fog, he's been much more of a bowler for his side so far. The Paktia Panthers hasn't really been among the runs at all. Of course, he bats a little late when time is short. But Chris Gayle, the other huge T20 star, limited over star, has finally come good earlier today. Maybe it's an opportunity or an occasion for Shahid Afridi to show the world, and certainly the league here, that he is the boss of, well, some other part of the universe. Ooh, maybe it got the bottom of the bat, I think, there. We'll check.
Looked like the bottom of the bottom to me, actually. That was the leg break, and Devcic didn't pick it.
Well, Brian, you spotted it well. Oh, just short of the man at cover. Nice dive put, and we like that commitment, but Devcic is just completely out of sorts today. Oh, Rahmatullah, we hope you're okay.
Yeah, Ramanullah Gurbas diving forward, really bold attempt to take the catch. But again, Devcic all at sea in terms of picking Afridi's variations.
Ramal Shah rocks back, and he will be taken with, oh, spelt! Gurbaz, who put in a nice knock with the bat earlier on, had plenty of time to sight that, got there. It was a little low, but I think he just went a little hard at it, and out it spilt.
Absolutely, Charu. Hard hands, the culprit there. He was still wringing his hands from the incident, the ball before. Look at that, just not cushioning the ball in at all, just lunging for it. And Afridi, well, words not necessary. Oh, and a fumble from Shahzad down the leg side. Now, I rather fancy that fumble has cost them a wicket. Did Devcic get back?
Well, just on first impression, I think Devcic had given up, and then he realized that there's a fumble. Might as well try and get the bat in. But maybe Devcic was late because of that hesitation or that resignation earlier on, saying, oh, I'm gone. Here we go. That shouldn't be a problem. It isn't, the front foot. And now to the business end. Mohammad Shahzad, not their #1 keeper, we suspect, but he's back doing wicket-keeping duties. And this could be critical. Devcic may not have been in very good form so far, but we know he's very destructive. There we go. Wide down leg. Devcic gave him the charge. We'll see the back foot. Well.
If the back foot cuts that return crease, that's a no ball. So it might all be academic in terms of whether Mohammad Shahzad got the furniture disturbed at the business end.
Of course, not easy for the umpires to spot that back foot no ball at all, because their attention's focused on perhaps the front foot. And there we go, the indication, well spotted. And let's see what happened here, though. I think he may have been out were it not a no ball. Where's the ball? Isn't Mohammad Shahzad's hands, gloves?
It's in there somewhere.
So, well, fumbles all round, and Afridi is saying, what now? Well, come on. You can't do this to me. I got 2 catches missed in 2 deliveries. Then I got a stumping, which was legitimate, we thought. And now you punish me with a no ball. Come on. Life is so rough. Here we go again.
Well, I have to say, that looks fair enough to me. I think if Shahid Afridi sees that replay, he'll understand.
Okay, fumble or no fumble, Devsic back or not back. It's a free hit. And this may just open the floodgates for Anton Devsic, who has been struggling. If he can clobber this one for a big 6, it might make a big difference to his psychology at the crease.
He'll come back for 2, and that will be the 50. Oh, and Shahid Afridi tried to kick the ball away. He missed it, and it's clobbered him straight on the shin. Well, we said before the game he was full of the joys of spring after his match off. I'm not sure he's full of the joys of spring now.
Well, he was trying to be clever and run it onto the stumps. Ouch! On the left knee. That's the landing knee. And that's the last thing Shahid Afridi needs at, if I may be allowed to say, his age.
Oh, he's bowled. What an over that is from Afridi. Drama maximum. And was there a bit of a send-off there as well? Devsic doesn't seem too impressed. Afridi's the one with the smile on his face now, though.
What an eventful over, at the end of which this happened. A regular leggy, big gap between bat and pad. That's how Devsic got out the last time as well. And oh, easy Shahid Afridi. Well, we know that you almost had your man several times during that over. But finally, you do have Anton Devsic unable to contribute today. 14 from 15, 50 for 3, the Leopards.
Well, Shafiqullah coming in at number 5, and the drama of this over could continue because we're about to get an extra ball from somewhere.
Just a second, everybody, hold on. Perhaps the 6 balls are up. We think there was a dot, 1-1, no ball, then a 2 and a wicket. So that completes 6 for us, including the no ball 7. And yes, thank you. So finally, Shahid Afridi who says, wow, what an over. He just wanted to continue, didn't he? He was quite happy to continue after getting the wicket finally in that over. So 7 now gone, 50 for 3.
Yeah, that wasn't dull at all, was it? And just the umpire there just having a word with Shahzad, because we saw Afridi get very animated in the dismissal of Devsic, and Shahzad was animated as well, as you'll see now. Yes, I'm not so sure he was animated so much with Devsic there. It was just the joy of the wicket. But, well, Afridi was certainly animated at getting rid of Devsic. He was very pleased to see the back of the New Zealander.
Well, both were animated. I think Shahid Afridi a little more vocal. And being the bowler, of course, he just felt very hard done by. A couple of catches, well, one particularly, should have been taken. The other was close. And then the stumping, which wasn't because of a no ball. And finally the wicket. So we're back with Sharafuddin. So who are you including in your fantasy team? MyTeam11.com is where you need to go. Create your own fantasy team, test your skills, win big, real cash on offer. Don't delay. Ooh, almost off his pad. So this is a testing time for the Leopards.
How on earth has that missed the leg stump? Goodness only knows.
Well, it was very wide, but off the pads, it could have easily cannoned onto one of the stumps. And Rahmat Shah says, enough of this going back and wondering what's going to happen. I'm just going to dance down the track and push it away for a single. Get to the non-striker's end.
Sharafuddin. And Shafiqullah now about to face his first ball.
I've said this before, but I'll say it again, Brian. Worth repeating that on this very pitch, just a short while ago, 467 runs in that first match. Plenty of big hitting. Chris Gayle, 10 sixes. Oh, again, finally some aggressive intent there by Shafiqullah.
Well, we had 23 sixes in one innings alone, didn't we, by the Bulk Legends. It was a remarkable match. But these two sides, just a little bit more tension out there, I rather fancy. They know the importance of this game, both of them.
You make a good point, because both Bulk Legends and Kabul, of course, top of the pile, so maybe less tension there. 8 gone, we'll talk more about when we come back. 53 for 3.
Shahid Afridi again. His second over. If it's anything like his first, we're in for a bit of fun here, I rather fancy. Yeah, but both sides a little tense, I rather fancy, purely and simply because they know the importance of this game. They're both desperate for a win.
And his batsman, Rahmat Khan, on that occasion, continue to go back to Shahid Afridi and are happy to cut. I just think that's a little dangerous, because he fires it in much faster than the average leggy, and he doesn't spin that much. So every once in a while you get caught out, being a little late on the ball, late on the cut, and you get bowled. Once again, going back to that one. Oh, wanted the run. Sharaf could be out there. Big dive coming in. This is terrible. Rahmat Khan was never running. Sharafuddin ran 3/4 of the pitch, had to run back, put in the dive. He may be too late.
Well, Rahmat just turned his back on his partner at the non-striker's end. Shafiqullah with the dive. Was it in time? I don't think it was. Well, in the end, he's probably run about a run and a quarter, because he got about 3/4 of the way down the pitch and had to go back again. But good work from Afridi. He's in the news again, isn't he? He really is at the heart of all the action at the moment. It's a wicket tossed away by the Nangarhar Leopards, and they're in real strife now. A deep breath from Shafiqullah. Boy, is he frustrated, and why shouldn't he be? But the wicket is gone, and the Leopards now 54 for 4.
So thank you all for being here at the Sharjah Cricket Ground. I hope you're enjoying the action. Lots of runs scored in the previous match and lots of wickets taken in this match so far. Hash comes in. Ben Cutting has a lot of faith in his abilities. Hashmatullah Shahidi. Strike rate decent, but he's got a fair number of runs. This is his 7th match. He's got 165. He's been a regular contributor to the Nangarhar Leopards, who now are in more than a fair amount of trouble. Not saying deep trouble just yet because they've got some good strikers of the ball, including the skipper himself, Shahid Afridi, causing all sorts of problems. First ball, Shahidi late on it, gets an inside edge. So if not with the bat, then Afridi is really contributing heavily with the ball. There we go. Now it's the striker's call. It went so close to the non-striker that I suppose you can excuse him for wondering, should I take the run or not? Because the bowler could have easily stopped that, or it could have ricocheted off to the non-striker stumps. So you have to be a little generous, to my mind, to Rahmat for waiting, hesitating.
Yes, he turned his back on his partner, though. Bit of a cardinal sin, that. But top marks to Afridi. He did well to get across there, pick it up, and it was a bullet-like return. No problems at all then for Shahzad to whip the bails off.
Well, Afridi does have a great arm still. So another fantastic over by Shahid Afridi. Wicket off the last one, wicket in this over as well. I beg your pardon, wicket in this over. 1 for 9 in 2 overs for Afridi, 56 for 4 after 9.
Sharafuddin to continue to Rahmat Shah. Let's have another look at that run out.
Just watch how close the ball goes to Rahmat and Rahmat Khan. And yeah, well, I just think that's what was the problem there. He said it's traveling right next to me. Is the bowler going to get to it or not? What do I do? And then Shafiqullah, of course, went on with the shot, with the stroke, and that's why he had a huge advantage over Rahmat. And of course, not easy getting back when you're 3/4 the way down.
What we don't know, of course, what was the calling there. I'm not sure there was an awful lot. There's Nathan Remington, who made his Nangarhar debut last night. He's in the squad in place of the injured Andre Russell. Shahidi's been in terrific touch in this tournament so far, picking up a single there. 26 not out, 49 not out, 15, 23, 29 not out, 23. He's been a regular contributor, a very important contributor too, and he'll need to contribute in a big way, along with Rahmat Shah here now.
Cleverly bowled again by Sharafuddin. Probably spotted Rahmat dancing down the track and bowled at his pads. Did not allow him to free his arms. So this is all very clever cricket. There's Fletch. He hasn't got too many games for his team so far. That's none. But well, we hope he gets one before he goes home. And again, just it looks like it's so difficult to find any kind of timing. Shahid is a much better striker than that. That was floated in, and he just couldn't catch that at all with the bat. Ten gone, halfway stage. The Nangarhar Leopards are not doing too brightly this point of time. 60 for 4.
Didn't start off pretty well. Leopards 32 dot ball so far. Shahid Afridi has done a wonderful job. Just continuing from where he left from the last game. A good effort from the experienced campaigner. Just need to move on, but the problem is the 4 wickets they have lost. Not going to be easy from here on. Rahman Shah is a class act. Hasn't got too many runs so far in the APL. Bowled really well the other day, Rahman Shah. Just see those figures, just the economy as well, under 5. Getting a bit of turn there, Shahid Afridi. And with me in the comm box, once again is Afghanistan fast bowler Hamid Hassan. Hamid, wonderful bowling as far as the Panthers are concerned.
Absolutely fantastic bowling from Paktia, and especially this guy, Shahid Afridi. He's outstanding tonight.
I remember the last game when I had a chat with Mohammad Shahzad. He did mention that Shahid Afridi is such a big asset, experience. Just wants that he should even fire with the bat, because with the bat has been a bit rusty. Oh, good delivery. That was the googly taking off the bails in a flash. Gonna be interesting.
Tell you what, if they take this wicket, Nangarhar is in a big trouble. Hashmat, man in form.
Good work there from Mohammad Shahzad. Now you got to see his back leg. Was it in the air? First, the no ball, absolutely okay. No issues with that. That's a legal delivery inside the crease there. Mohammad Shahzad, I thought, did a terrific job. Taking off the bails in a flash. Watch his back leg in the air. Oh, is it down in time?
Tough call. It's very close. Look like it's out.
Just by a millimeter, I feel, you know, because the wheels were off the groove there. And at this point of time, if you see just that one frame, that will make the difference. I think was he in? It's going to be really touch and go, really tough for the third umpire as well.
Again, brilliant work, Shahzad.
Looks to be in a bit of trouble there. Still a decision pending. And it's given out. So another wicket falling here. Afridi striking. Good work by Afridi and Mohammad Shahzad.
Hashmat not looking happy, but very good work from Mohammad Shahzad. Fast hands. He just out by a couple of centimeters. He looks like not happy. Hashmatullah gone for 4 after 8 balls and 62 for 5.
So losing a very important wicket, Shahidi was really in great form, especially the Asia Cup. Shahidi, this was his wicket. Great delivery, googly foxing him. Was playing for the leg spinner, the turn. Just in the air there. Just brilliant work there from Mohammad Shahzad. Ben Cutting walks in, the captain for the Nangarhar Leopards. I think a lot will depend on him. Still they have batting left. This man can get some runs. Ben Cutting has got experience behind him.
Yeah, Ajay, as Shahzad mentioned of Shahid Afridi, the big impact you can see. He got already 2 wickets for the Paktia team, and he's doing so well. And the only one team is Nangarhar, struggling a lot. If you see the first game, compared to this one, it's totally different. Struggling, and wicket is just collapsing, and pressure is building. It's a wonderful ball.
Yeah, I think the key with Shahid Afridi is the way he's mixed up his deliveries. You know, the variations he's shown, the googly as well. Bowls at a flatter trajectory. That's exactly what he's done over the years, Shahid Afridi. But bowling with the stumps, he's given really nothing away. Bowling his 3rd over. Oh, that should have been fielded. resulting in a single to end the over. 11 gone, it's 64 for 5. So Rema Sharp will have to play a big knock, battle the end. Ben Cutting against the same team in the last match when they met each other. Got 71, batted really well. So he knows the bowlers. Sharafuddin coming on for his third over, 2 overs, 7 runs, hasn't got a wicket. But in tandem, both of them, Sharafuddin and Afridi, they've done a very good job. They really bowled well. Mentioned earlier, it's a very important game for both the sides. Nangarhar is losing the plot even yesterday evening while chasing. That's exactly what happened against Shahidi.
Yeah, if you see here, its foot is just... Oh yeah, it's out. So it's a good decision from the umpire in the end. But such a bad luck for Ashmat, the man in form. And the team will be very disappointed about that dismissal. So this is the only one hope, the man who can hit long and far. Sharafuddin, very well ball again, very clever, read it and don't giving any weight or to free his arm to hit the 6 or a boundary.
Yeah, but coming back to Hashmatullah Shahidi, Ahmed, he really batted well in the Asia Cup, was very consistent. Even I remember the test match that Afghanistan played in India, the first test match, a big occasion for him. In the second innings, he remained unbeaten. So he's got the talent. He's very mature as a player, as a batsman, Shahidi.
Yeah, he is such a player, very nice, very calm and cool, and he can carry his innings, especially in ODI and Test cricket. He just loved that format. And in T20, he was also like he kind of a player who accelerates his innings in end of last 4 or 5 overs. So he's taking slow and then building his innings and finishing with a very good style and very good strike rate as well.
Boundary is really hard to come by. 38 deliveries now. This is the last 4 overs hit. 12 overs gone, 69 for 5.
Seriously, 38 balls, no boundary.
Big occasion. I missed it because of injury. I want to be part of that. I was injured. So Afridi coming on for his last over. He's done a wonderful job for his captain Mohammad Shahzad. 2 for 14 for him. To see that economy under 5, is delivering once again with the ball, Shahid Afridi. And coming back to that test match, we were just having a chat about that. Hamid, how was the mood way back in Afghanistan? How are people reacting? Because obviously for Afghanistan cricket team as a whole, a big occasion. You know, you always want to be in wides, play that test match. It's a different feeling. You might have played one day T20. But playing a test match for the very first time as a country, as a nation, is always great. And especially against a team like India as well.
Yeah, Ajay, of course, it's a big occasion for the country, for the entire nation. Like the moment I was waited for many years, and I was hoping and expecting to be part of that test match, but unfortunately got injured and couldn't play that game. But for rest of the country, for the players, and oh, it's a run-out chance. No. So for the country and for the team, especially to Afghanistan Cricket Board, such a wonderful achievement to play against team number 1 in test ranking like India. Against them, it's a big achievement, and we played a good game. We lost it, but the thing is, that's a big, huge from Ben Cutting, maximum Fox Pagiza. Finally, after 41 balls, something to cheer for Nangarhar Leopards.
What a strike here from Ben Cutting. Fogg maximum knew exactly what he was doing, reading the length in the slot for him. Afridi has been very economical, but Ben Cutting having other ideas. On the rooftop there, not very happy Afridi. But mentioned that against the same team, he got 71. Ben Cutting knows this attack, knows this bowling. He's a very handy customer with the bat as well. Always gives his all.
By this time, they should know, like everyone, they're almost playing second game against each other. And they should know the condition and they should know the situation. And oh, that's a beautiful cut from Rahmat Shah. Once again, another boundary, maximum for Saluriza.
13 overs gone, it's 83 for 5. You're right, absolutely. So, 1 minute mein So 83 for 5. The last over from Afridi, a touch expensive. Last ball previous over, very nicely played by Rahmat Shah, just waiting for that one. Playing it very late. That was the key in that shot. Just eluding the fielder at short third man and racing to the fence. Suddenly just opening up, they do realize here the Leopards, not too many overs left. They still have a few wickets left, and this pair I think is going to be a very important one, Hamid, in context of this innings. Mentioned about that knock, 71, his best so far against the same opponent, 71 of just 39 the other day. After that, hasn't got too many runs. Ben Cutting. That's in the air, and great timing. Great execution from Ben Cutting. Fogg maximum once again. Spakiza.
The power, the speed of bat from Ben Cutting, outstanding once again. A big, massive 6. Yes, that's all we know about him. He can hit far away, and another maximum for Ben Cutting. That's a good ball. Read the batsman. And Sharafuddin is doing so well. He gave only 3.3 overs, he bowled 21 runs.
Such a clean striker, Ben Cutting. Tall man makes use of his reach, Ben Cutting. And just seeing that 6 once again, Hamid, you see, not coming down the track, just inside the crease, getting the elevation, swing of the bat, beautifully done by him.
It's fantastic, like just standing and deliver. He's tall, his reach is too far, and ball like this in this kind of area, he can hit it easy. So these two pair are very important for Nangarhar Leopards to take the team around 150 or 150 plus. Still they got 6 overs remaining. They need another 2-3 overs to build the score and put some good target for the bowlers.
Yeah, you're right, because, you know, 140, 150, I still reckon that's going to be a good score. Why I say that is this the bowling that Nangarhar have. Sandeep Lamichane, Mujibur Rahman, Zahir Khan, Rahmat Shah, 4 quality spinners in the ranks. That's played well. This rocking back will settle for 1. End of the 14th over. It's 94 for 5. At one stage, Nangarhar was 62 for 5, but after that, this partnership has blossomed.
Yes, because of this man, Ben Cutting, outstanding, 71 last innings of just 39 balls against same team, Paktia. You can see some big shots, massive. And he's now to take the charge. So eyes on Ben Cutting, Ziaur Rahman. It's a wide ball. Bowler, if you're bowling to Ben Cutting, the way he's in form, so you have to be worried, especially like a bowler of Ziaur Rahman, are new to cricket, are new to this Afghanistan Premier League. So he'll be worried. Like if I bowl in a line and length, he can hit it easy. Rais Ahmadzai, ex-Afghanistan, captain, fielding coach and chief selector.
Oh, that's high up in the air. That should be taken. And that's going to be a big wicket. Afridi won't miss it. Big wicket here for Sharifi. This man was looking good. Ben Cutting was playing those big shots, but he's got to depart now. Important wicket coming here for the Panthers at this stage.
Once again, Sharifi, strike for the team. He got his third wicket. An outstanding bowling from him. And finally, a brilliant, easy catch from Shahid Afridi. No mistake. Very easy, simple catch in the end.
And that's the wicket they wanted, because this partnership was building. It was looking good. Ben Cutting was looking threatening with the bat as well. But he's got to walk back. For 21 of 12, it's 95 for 6. So Ben Cutting walks back to the pavilion. In walks Naveen. He'll be at the non-striker's end. Rehman Shah will be on strike. It's going to be important now for Rehman Shah to bat till the end. Naveen Ulaq, very decent bowler. Can bat, but hasn't got too many runs so far in his T20 career. Probably just bats way down. You feel that probably Ben Cutting should have batted for another 3 or 4 overs. That would have been very handy here. Trying that big one. He was looking so good. The big shots were coming from his blade.
Yeah, of course, Ajay, if you see the tail is already started, because you know your team don't have any batsmen after Rahmat Shah, so only like Naveen, he's also a bowler. I think for Ben Cutting, he should go for another 3 overs at least. After 17 overs, he can take a charge and he can hit it. But I have to say, well bowled to Ziaur Rahman. He bowled really well, and it's almost tail begin for Nangarhar Leopards, and they're struggling. The only one man right now, Rahmat Shah. If he's in the crease, maybe they can put some runs. Otherwise, there is no chance of possibility to get runs around 150 or 140 plus.
Well, Hamid, as far as Sharifi is concerned, a young lad, but these are the best bowling figures for him in his T20 career. 3 for 23 so far. He's taken 3 very important wickets, really bowled well up front with the new ball as well. He's doing a good job for his captain. I think at this stage, Mohammad Shahzad should be a very happy man. And just seeing what happened in the last game, that high-scoring game, they have picked up some valuable wickets here. The Paktia Panthers. 6 wickets in all in his T20 career. Still early days for him.
I have to say, well done to Daulat Ahmadzai. He was the guy, he found him and pushed him to play cricket. And he was with Emergence and under 19. His 3 wickets. First one, Najibullah, wind cross. Second one, a beautiful slower one. And the leg before the third one, a big one of bin cutting. Well ball once again, youngster. So I was talking about Sharifi. He's a bowler that Daulat Ahmadzai found him, and then he pushed him to play a cricket. So he did really well in emergence. Recently he played a ODI, and now he's delivering his skills and ability. Such a good talent.
Once again, mixing his pace. He's really done well. Very impressive bowling from Sharifi. 15 gone is 98 for 6.
It's not a great looking card, is it, if you're a Nangarhar Leopards supporter? 4 players in double figures, 3 of those getting past 20 but not going on with the job. Ramat Shah involved in that horrible mix-up with Shafiqullah that saw the latter run out. He's a key man now in the last 5 overs of this innings. Yusuf Zazai, 2 overs for him so far. Ramat on strike. Well, that's got to be a wide, even though Ramat was using his feet to come down the pitch. Alistair Campbell alongside me. Alistair, we've seen some low scores defended in this tournament. What can Nangarhar look to defend here? They've got a great spin attack, remember, and that includes the newcomer Sandeep Lamichhane of Nepal. So they might think that anything's possible. It's got to be another wide.
Yeah, I think they've got the best bowling attack in the tournament, Nangarhar Leopards. Just the batting that's been a bit woeful on occasion, in fact, a lot of the time. And they've had to rely on rescuing acts to get them out of trouble. Ben Cutting on occasion, Ramat Shah on occasion. So I think if they get to sort of 140, maybe 150, that they'll back themselves with that spin attack. Having said that, it's a very good batting wicket, but we have seen just on occasion here with Afridi the ball turning a little bit, so I think there is that on offer. And I suppose what they have to do with those is get to that 140, 150. I think if they collapse here and get 120, 130, I wouldn't give them much price. Yesterday on that pitch maybe, on this pitch no. I just think they need a wee bit more than that. It's going to be a tough ask. Ramat Shah going to have to really dig deep. He's 28 off 30, and he'll have to find some acceleration at the end, and a partner as well.
Interesting question for you, given you were out in the middle before play today and had a look at the surface. Obviously in that first match we saw what 244 plays 223. Was the pitch really a 244 versus 223, or was it simply that the bowling was pretty woeful? And if you like, the bowling's been much better in this innings. Just have a think about that while we watch this next delivery from Yusuf Zazai.
No, not any stretch of the imagination did I think it would be 240 plays 220, but I did think it was round about that 200 mark, 190, 200. We saw that in the first game yesterday as well, 195. Ryan Tenduscarter played brilliantly, so I thought it would be in that region, and if you did really bat well, maybe get over 200, but never did I expect those two scores, and a combination of indifferent bowling and a really good batting wicket, really.
Now look for 2 here. Naveen ul Haq wanted it, Ramat didn't. I was talking to some officials from the Afghanistan Cricket Board between matches, and they were saying to me that they might look at a pitch just to the left of this one for a couple of matches later on this week. Just where about Shahid Afridi is there, or maybe just actually to the left of the pitch that we're using, possibly. maybe just to give these two pitches a bit of a breather before we get into the business end of the tournament on Friday, Saturday, Sunday.
Yeah, I think television's a concern as well. Got to make sure that it's all lined up. So it's a decent size square. There's plenty of pitches you could use, but when it comes to televised affairs, I think there's only 3 or 4 max that you can use. So yeah, maybe one to the left of this, or right, depends where you're sitting on the ground. But other than that, I don't think there's any other ones they can really turn to. Having said that, everyone's used the word tired and low. They're all cliches. You've just seen what's you know, what's happened here today, and I think the curator here has done a tremendous job. And if he, you know, gets some time, we've got a day off tomorrow just to prepare. I think the pitches will be fine, to be honest. End of the over, 16 bowled, 105 for 6.
Four overs to go. Let's go down to Hamid Hassan. I think he's got an update on the injury to Usman Ghani from a little earlier.
سلام ګرانو مینوالو د افغانستان ټول خلکو ته د زیری نیوز دا دی چې عثمان غنی ماشاءالله صحتیاب دی او هسپتال کې دی هسپتال کې ورته ټیسټونه کړي دي څونه چیک اپ چې شوي دي ټول کلیر دي او ان شاء الله ډیر زر به بیرته خپل لوبه ته راشي. That's a good news for Usman Ghani. His all results is clear and he's healthy and he will be back soon for his team and he will be back soon for the ground. Back to commentary box.
Great stuff, Hamid. That's very good news indeed. It was a sickening collision between himself and his captain, Mohammed Nabi, in the field for the Balk Legends. Let's have a look at what happened. Nabi going one way, Usman Ghani going the other, and bang. You don't want to collide with Mohammed Nabi, let me tell you that. And Usman Ghani, no doubt he had a headache, and a little bit more besides, I'm sure.
So in rugby parlance, he's passed the concussion test and will be back ready for action. So that's really good news. It's not so good news for the Nangarhar Leopards because they're stalling here at the moment, stagnating, not able to really take advantage of these last few overs. Ramat Shah has played a lone hand, but he hasn't been able to really free the arms or play with any freedom because he's been losing partners at the other end, and he's 31 of 35 deliveries. 8 and over from here and then gets them to 134, 10 and over, 141. I think in that region is somewhere they have to try and be if they're going to give themselves any chance.
All runs gratefully accepted, no matter how they come.
Such a big game, isn't it? And people respond to pressures differently. Paktia Panthers know if they win it, they go to 8 points and they guaranteed a place in the semi-finals. They can breathe a little easier, where the Nangarhar Leopards, they know that if they lose this game, they're under real pressure. And they haven't got much time to recover because they've only got 1 game left. So if they lose here, the maximum they can get to is 6 points. But the Kandahar Knights, they'll really sniff something in the air and believe that they can get back in the competition. 24 balls since the last boundary. That tells the story, really.
That's what it's all about. The Leopards playing the penultimate match of the regular season. It's a good short ball. And a very good spell indeed by Sharifi. 17 gone, 109 for 6.
Can we come back with that points table? The other issue is the net run rate. The Nangarhar Leopards are minus 0.527. Kandahar Knights have got a significantly better run rate. So if it does come to equal points between those two to who qualifies, then run rate is going to play a big role. And at the moment, they've got a lot of catching up to do, Kandahar Knights. But they'll believe that if they just have to win another couple of games, their net run rate might just put them in the pound seats when it comes to that semi-final spot.
What a bowler this man has been in the tournament thus far. Look at that, 2 overs for 4. Fantastic stuff. Suru Udana is going to go round the wicket from the pavilion end, bowling to Naveen ul Haq. And this is what we've seen from Udana for most of the tournament. Generally, he started off over the wicket, trying to swing the ball for the first over or two, and then later on in the innings, he's come round the wicket, trying to cramp the batsman for room. He's been such an effective bowler, hasn't he, Alistair? And amazing to think that, of course, he missed the first game. Amazing in the sense that they got the balance of the side wrong in that first game, did Paktia. And that's why they lost to Kabul. Just had one frontline seamer, if memory serves me correct. But since Udana's come into the side, from a bowling perspective, they really have looked a different kettle of fish entirely.
I think he's had a simple game plan, a clear game plan, and he's executed the best out of anybody. And that has been an excellent slower ball that he's used to good effect and exactly when it's been required. But the big thing for me is that Yorker, he's used it up front and at the back end of the innings. And I just think he's been fantastic. And those figures are a testament to that fact. 4 for 38, he was a little expensive in the game against Bulk, but managed to pick up 4 wickets. But the rest of the game's been absolutely outstanding. And bowls at the crucial stages of every game, right at the front and right at the back end when everyone's on the attack.
Well, that looked like a decent shout to me. Maybe, just maybe, the batsman got outside the line of off stump.
I think that's what saved him. Just walks across the stumps, and this will give us a better indication. Oh, I tell you what, that's so close. Did it hit him on off stump? He was on the move. Did he get it just outside the line? It was mighty close. Benefit of the doubt. And there wasn't a lot of doubt. I tell you what, it was a matter of millimetres, but going in the favour of the batsman on that occasion.
Shahzad directing the traffic as captain, and he was telling me just off microphone before the match started that he's not really enjoying that aspect of captaincy at all. He says he's finding it pretty mentally tiring out on the ground, not just having to think about his own performance, but the performance of his 10 teammates and where the fielders are, the bowling changes. I think he's very grateful to have players like Udana with bags of experience, and Afridi, of course, in the side too. Over cover. And that's Sharifi out at a very wide third man. Just a single.
And only 2 off the over, 4 balls bowled. So they're really finding it tough here at the back end, Nangarhar Leopards. Good effort in the outfield, just keeping it down to 1. And he's happy with that. Suru Udana, cool customer, really is doing a terrific job. Yeah, there'll be a few nerves in that camp, let me tell you. It's not all positive, those faces. That's slashed away. And fine leg, I should say, third man is up in the circle. A rare delivery off track from Suru Udana. And he's able to get a healthy outside edge is Naveen ul Haq, and races away for 4.
Width was the key here. He had long on and long off in position, but he had third man up in the circle. So it's one of those situations where, as long as Naveen ul Haq got some bat on the ball, he was going to get value, given that width that Udana provided him with. Now he goes over cover. They should come back for 2. Sharafuddin out there on the cover boundary. 2 runs for Naveen. He's on to 11, 117 for 6. Two overs left, 12 balls. What can Nangarhar do? Can they get up to that 140 that Alistair Campbell's been talking about? Yusuf Zazai from the Sharjah club end, the penultimate over. That's off somewhere near the bottom of the bat. Afridi's there, and Afridi takes the catch. Ramat Shah goes, and that's another hammer blow right in the guts of Nangarhar Leopards.
Yeah, the last recognised batsman, he needed to bat through to the end, and it's not going to happen right at the toe end. It was a full toss, just gave himself too much room, and all he could do was spoon it up in the air. Shahid Afridi making some good ground, the elder statesman, and he's not going to drop those. So they get another one, do the Paktia Panthers. The Nangarhar Leopards, well, their struggles continue. Ramat Shah gone for 32, 117 for 7 now.
Mujib in at number 9. The batsman crossed while that ball was in the air. So Naveen ul Haq will be on strike. Oh, a direct hit would have seen Mujibur Rahman on his way back to the pavilion. Sami Shinwari was at short fine leg. This is why Mujib is here. In fact, before that, this is the attempted run out from Shinwari. And as you can see, that would have been out had the ball struck the stumps.
Right, Mujib is an entertaining batsman. He tries to play all the shots in the book. Don't be surprised if you see him trying to play the reverse sweep. He tries to move across his stumps. He has got a lot of things going through his mind as to where he wants to score. Oh, he flats that one away. Oh, it's a terrific strike. It really is. Just held back in his crease. It was short, and it came right out the middle of the bat. Excellent strike.
Well, the over started with that dismissal of Ramat Shah, where the ball came right off the toe. That came right out of the middle. You can see the red spots on Mujibur Rahman's bat. And that was roughly around the area that that ball found. Oh, what a tremendous effort at backward point. I think that's Cameron Delport flying away to his left. That would have been 4. So in one sense you can say Delport saved 3 runs, but tremendous effort from him.
Yeah, I think you're right. He saved the boundary big time. It was going very quickly. Yes, it goes down technically as a chance, but terrific effort just to get there and parry it. Oh, he's got to get back. He didn't know where it was. He was beaten all ends up, was Naveen ul Haq, and then decided to take a trot down the wicket and was very nearly run out. Directed, I reckon, would have seen him short of his ground.
Yes, it's an interesting decision to run when you don't know where the ball is, and that's exactly what Naveen did there. And yes, he was gone for all money if Mohammad Shahzad had hit the stumps. Well, is that a wide? No. End of the over, 1 to come, 123 for 7. Fans who've turned up here at the Sharjah Cricket Stadium this evening, really enjoying themselves in this Gulbahar Afghanistan Premier League action. The last over to be bowled by Isuru Udana. He doesn't usually go round the park, so this is going to be a very tough task indeed for Nangarhar to get anything remotely resembling a big over in. Looks like Udana is going to go back over the wicket for this last over. Mujib is the man on strike. Third man is up in the circle and also very, very fine.
A slower ball. It's so well bowled, it really is. But that's his method of attack. That fine, I should say, the third man up in the circle, fine, and then a backward point right on the boundary, an extra cover on the boundary and a mid-off. So the target is outside that off stump. Trying to move across the stumps there, Mujib. Not able to make good contact, not able to shovel it away on the leg side.
One is all they'll get. Now, we saw the Nangarhar tail last night, Alistair, against Syed Shahzad. Really struggle with his slower balls. Is it a case for these two batsmen now of simply playing every ball from Udana as if it's going to be a slower ball, and then if there is a full-pace delivery, then so be it, but simply playing him as though he's going to bowl that slower ball, setting yourself for that?
Yeah, it's not a bad method, that. I think you've got to set yourself back in your stumps, because you know that if it is a quicker one, it's going to try and be the Yorker. He's going to aim for the Yorker. So you want to be back there to try and give yourself as much chance as possible to get some willow underneath it, to be able to leverage it. And then if it is a slower ball, I think it's always better to be hanging back, and you're able to make a better connection from then. When you're moving forward, you tend to be overbalancing a little bit, and it's tougher to make good contact with a slower ball.
Out. Well, interesting idea from Naveen ul Haq with third man up in the circle. He was trying to ramp the ball, even though it was very full in length outside the off stump, over that fielder. But all he did in the end was just ramp it straight into Shahzad's hands.
Yeah, he would have thought for a while that, hold on, I've actually done this perfectly. But unluckily for him, he didn't get enough angle on it. Didn't get it to evade the keeper, and a simple catch really from Mohammad Shahzad. And Isuru Udana, well, he does what he does best. He really is finishing this innings off superbly well. The consummate professional. Naveen ul Haq, he'll have his work cut out with ball in hand, but for now he's gone for 13, 126 for 8.
Just checking the front foot to ensure that Naveen ul Haq had something, Isuru Udana had something behind the line, and he did. And so that is a wicket for Udana. 126 for 8. And Samdeep Lamichan, the Nepalese leg spinner, will make his way out to the middle now for his first innings in this Gulbahar Afghanistan Premier League. It's his debut, of course. playing for Nepal in an ICC World 2020 qualifier, which explains his late arrival. Another look at the wicket.
Yeah, it doesn't come off the face, comes off the top edge. That's the problem. If he had got it to come off the face, would have got it to go a lot squarer. But Suru Udana, well, you're the one who should be applauded by the rest of your team the way you bowled in this tournament. Another wicket, another fine over to close things out. Still two balls remaining though. 3 runs only off this last over. They're going to run. And I'll tell you what, he's hit the stumps, and has he made his ground or is he short? They're going to go upstairs. This is going to be mighty close.
Well, they ran just to try and get Mujib back on strike, but I think he's been short of his ground. Yes, he's out. What a terrific last over this is from Udana. Just 3 runs from it. Couple of wickets too now. Good work as well from Hamid Shahzad, and Nangarhar are just falling in a heap here. With 1 ball remaining, they're now 9 down. 126 for 9, with Mujibur Rahman run out for 7. Suru Udana getting rid of Naveen ul Haq earlier in this over, and that continues his excellent run in this tournament. Look at that, he's got at least 1 wicket in every match that he's played. 11 wickets so far, and he really has been one of these standout players of this Gul Bajar Afghanistan Premier League. Last ball then, and Zahir Khan on strike. Out. So in the end, 3 wickets in 3 balls. One of them was a run out, Afridi pouching the catch at extra cover. So 2 wickets now for Udana, and Nangarhar bowled out from the last ball of their innings, all out for 126. What a disastrous end to their 20 overs, and it means that Paktia required just 127 for victory.
Yeah, a disastrous end really to a far from perfect batting display. Giving himself room, Zahir Khan trying to muscle it over the cover area, but Shahid Afridi had other thoughts and plucks it out of the air. It's Suru Udana, who else, to finish things up and get a couple of wickets to boot at the end. Didn't trouble the scorers, did Zahir Khan, so they end the innings on 126 all out of their 20 overs, and on this surface they should have done a lot better, having won the toss, selected to bat first. They haven't made a great fist of it.
Well, I can only guess that they're Paktia Panthers fans, the way they're dancing around. They've got every reason to dance if they are fans of the Panthers. And this is why, because really and truly, that is a very sorry-looking scorecard. 5 players in double figures, but the highest score, Ramat Shah, 32. But look at that, he took 38 balls to get those runs. They lost wickets consistently. They were 62 for 5, and then they lost their last 4 wickets for just 9 runs.
Yeah, and healthy result for all the bowlers, really. Zai 1 for 29, and then 2 each for Udana and Afridi. Did a really good job. And 3 for 27 for Sharifi. So they'll be very happy, the Paktia Panthers, with that bowling effort on what was a very good batting surface. Well, let's go downstairs and join AJ Mehra. He's got one of the stars of the bowling effort with him.
Yes, absolutely. I've got Suru Udana with me. He's been special throughout. Wickets in every game. Once again, very consistent today. 12 wickets in all. Suru, what's the secret? You've got to tell us.
Bowling wicket to wicket. That's the secret. Simple.
But you know, the way you start, do you read the batsman? Do you just in your run-up feel that I'm going to bowl this particular delivery? What's the thinking when you're just going to the run-up?
I just want to deceive them with my variations, and I want to bowl them a surprise yoke after that. So
But also the thing with you is the rhythm you have shown, you know, the way you're running in, the way you're bowling the Yorkers in the death overs, start of the innings, that wicket of Chris Gill the other day, that was absolutely brilliant. So I think the way you're mixing up deliveries is very important.
Before I come to the game, I have a proper plan, so I stick to that. I do whatever for that plan, so that's how I think.
Last game today, which was played out here, almost 500 runs, and the way your team bowled, you particularly, you bowled, I think you will be very happy with this score, 126.
Yeah, wicket is really good, not like other wickets. Wicket is really good. I think we can chase this total easily.
Absolutely, and nothing much in the surface. You think the ball is just gripping or coming out a bit slowly, or it's absolutely perfect for batting?
Not like other day, it's not gripping much. It's coming nice to the bat, so I think we can chase this total.
Very well done, Asuru, once again, and all the best for the next few games as well. It's back to the commentators out there.
Thanks, Ajay, and thanks to Asuru Udana. Keeps it simple, has a plan, and let's be honest, he's executed that plan absolutely superbly throughout the course of this tournament. 2 for 14 today, and that includes 16 dot balls. There you are. He's now the leading wicket taker once again in this Gulbahar Afghanistan Premier League with those 2 scalps today, moving ahead of Gulbuddin Naib and Mujib-ur-Rahman. But of course, Mujib does have the opportunity to move back to the top of the shop if he can pick up a couple of scalps this evening. And boy, the Nangarhar Leopards need him to do exactly that. So a little bit of repair work taking place on the pitch, and Paktia Panthers, they need 127 to win. It looks straightforward on paper, but of course these matches aren't played on paper. They're played out in the middle, and we'll be back shortly to see whether they can make a good fist of that chase. Please stay with us.
Well, thanks for joining us. You're watching our coverage of the Gulbahar Afghanistan Premier League powered by Fog. Now, the Leopards won the toss, elected to bat first, but it just did not work out for them. Their opening pair, normally Devsich and this man, Johnson Charles. Of course, the centre, another opener before that. Charles completely done in by that slower one. And Sharifi was in fine form, taking 3 on the day. A few edges got them a few runs to begin with, but it really wasn't a particularly exciting batting performance. And when Devsich went, I suppose Shahid Afridi and the skipper Mohammad Shehzad were delighted. They knew then that with the Nangarhar batting a little thin, it might not lead to a big total. Shehzad again behind the stumps doing very well, and Shahid Afridi turning out to be another bowling hero today. There were a couple of big hits, but nothing really to write home about. Ben Cutting tried to push things along, and he did for a while until he skied one and didn't Shahid Afridi take a magnificent catch. It was up in the air for a long, long time. And just a few more runs, no major flurry really. Rahmat Shah played a long lone hand, and then Shahid Afridi took the second of his 3 catches on the day. And even though 1 or 2 were spilt, it was a very, very good bowling performance. None better than this man who picked up 2 wickets right at the end, but otherwise bowled very, very tight. Mohammad Shehzad picking up yet another catch. And that was followed by a run out. Well done, Mohammad Shehzad again. The skipper was right in the thick of it, and then Shahid Afridi pulling off another terrific catch at cover. So a very good day in the field for the opposition, but for Nangarhar, the Leopards, after winning the toss, this is not what they may have expected. 126 with the help of 11 extras. I have Hamid Hassan with me, former Afghanistan captain and fast bowler. You've got to be surprised by what they eventually put up, but the bowling was spot on.
Absolutely amazing bowling once again from Paktia Panthers. Zaze, 4 overs, 29 runs, 1 wicket. Udana, as always, exceptional, amazing, outstanding, 2 wickets, 4 overs, just only 14 runs. And Sharifi, outstanding once again, the youngster, 3 wickets for him, just 27 runs. And Afridi, the only one man, always eyes on him, so 2 wickets for him. And such a bad performance once again from Nangarhar, especially in batting. And this is, I think, the 3rd game. We can see the lowest score, runs chase for Paktia once again. And the man, Shehzad, with Ihsanullah Jannat, a crucial and very hard-hitting batsman.
Well, he is a delight to watch. And he's gotten going, I think, in 3 matches.
I think he's your favorite too.
I will put my hand up and say yes, sir, because just the way he gets his runs, very unorthodox, and just makes room on either side of the wicket and goes hard at the ball.
Tell you what, Charu, about him, he's a player. He always try to talk with the players, with the bowlers. Like if you are a batsman, someone tell you, if I'm a bowler, and you are a batsman, I'm telling something, and you get angry, but he get happy to be involved in the game. He's such a different person in the cricket ground, especially when he's batting.
Yeah, he's pretty chirpy, isn't he? So you say that he does play the psychology games with the bowlers as well, saying, well, bring it on.
Yeah, he always taking bowlers, so he's not scared of anyone. And you can see, like, he's still chatting around.
There's a lot of talk. And, well, Mujib.
I think everyone just targeting Shehzad, but don't worry, guys. He's happy for this.
Mujib's half his age, so watch what you say. All right, get on with it is what he's saying, and hopefully he will get on with it, because when he gets going and hits those big shpagizas everywhere, it's a delight to watch. Of course, only 127 to chase, so on the face of it, we'll have to say not a difficult task for Paktia Panthers, and they've been in good batting form, except a match or 2. But Ihsanullah back in the team now, terrific strike rate, not too many runs so far. You like him?
Yeah, he's a wonderful player and a batsman, like a strong hitter, and a very good batsman for a long, short format, and also especially for T20. And he got some runs in first few games, and then he didn't play yesterday game. I think he was on rest, and today he's playing again.
Oh.
So Mujib, first ball.
Yeah, Mohammad Shehzad rocks back there, takes a big step back, well, as big as he can. But no runs off the first delivery. They've got a slip for Mohammad Shehzad. I just don't know whether this is a very good idea. Bang!
He don't care if it is slip or cover or mid-on. It's a massive shpagiza from Mohammad Shehzad. You beauty!
Well, all in all, he disappointed. Didn't hit the first one for a big 6, but there we go.
Just respect for Mujib because of his cricketing world. He's played all over around in the world, and right now 2nd ball out of the park.
Well, this is going to be a terrific battle. Mujib's a very clever bowler, hit some good lengths.
Whoa.
Creates room, tries to squeeze that away behind square on the off. He likes that too. He moves so much at the crease, Hamid, Mohammad Shahzad.
He's very handy batsman, always looking for the gaps and making room for himself to create, especially the cover area. And there is a changing field for Mohammad Shahzad.
Didn't think the slip would last too long. Oh, down leg, tried to be very clever. And paddle it. We haven't seen that from him.
Always looking for gaps, and the best thing is when he give him room, there is a possibility for a boundary. And bowler like Mujib, he's very just like you are awaying something like mosquito or something. Just get away from me.
Well, that's the first paddle we've seen in the APL. Didn't come off. Yeah, good comeback by Mujib.
Only Shahzad can play these kind of shots.
Well, he's quite the 360 player. There we go, drifting down leg, and get away from me, as Hamid said. You pesky little mosquito. Last ball. And it should finish with a single. So Shahzad will retain strike. 7 for no loss after the opening over. Pretty happy to let Mohammad Shahzad hug the strike. No problem there. But once again, just a quick reference to that first innings of only, what, 120 and change. Very surprising. Ben Cutting, I think, has had enough. He's had some minor niggles, and he's off the field. We hope that he'll be back because he's a good bowling asset for Nangarhar, and we know they're a bowling-heavy team. So he's been leading from the front. 5 for 28, was it, in the first match? So Ben Cutting's presence is required back at the field. Naveen ul Haq comes in. Remington, of course, is Cutting's replacement in the field for the moment. Up in the air, and it goes through the hands of, I think, Johnson Charles there at a backward point. There was an opportunity. When you get one, take it.
Don't miss catch of Shahzad. He's very dangerous batsman and wonderful shot. True to his hands, and a maximum fork Saluriza. Fast hands. This is his favorite area, point in cover. Naveen, Professor, not happy.
Professor, these things happen.
It happens. It's 20 cricket.
It was struck very hard. I'm not trying to defend Johnson Charles, but just burst through his fingers. And then drifting down leg. But there's a short fine at 45, and either side would have been another Salureza, but not to be.
Yeah, Hassan haven't faced any ball. Just he's watching Shahzad. Boundaries and 6. So the one team will be looking very much right now, Kandahar, because they are also very low on top of the table. And Nangarhar just win 2 matches. This is, if they win this game, it will be amazing. A good fast bouncer from Naveen. That's like a Gen 1 fast bowler.
Yeah, that was quick, but I just wonder, Shahzad obviously looking for a wide there. Well, they did move away to leg. Now, let's see how fast it traveled to Johnson Charles. Did get both hands to it at backward point. It was cut fiercely by Mohammad Shahzad. There we go. And yeah, well, he did have to leap, so we'll have to... some excellent catches taken in the league, and we'll have to put that down as a drop, much as Charles may not like it.
Yeah, in low scoring runs, you cannot drop any opportunity, especially batsmen like Shahzad. He's not giving any mercy showing, so he's a capable of batsman, hit you everywhere. He's everyone favorites, not only yours. Back home in Afghanistan, everywhere in the world, he have lots of followers just because of his unique style of batting.
Yeah, well, add me to the millions. But it was surprising how upset Naveen got at that opportunity that was, should we say, 50-50 dropped by Johnson Charles. But, you know, we've seen plenty of friendship here, or camaraderie between not just team members, but members of other teams as well. And Naveen just seemed livid because they all know how important this opportunity is for, or this match is for the Leopards, and how destructive Shehzad can be if you give him a let-off.
Yeah, no doubt. I told you, Shehzad is a very dangerous batsman, and Naveen should be disappointed because there's a half opportunity. Should be take a catch from Johnson Charles, and I think the only reason he dropped the catch, it was too quick to him, and the timing was not perfect.
So how angry did Naveen get? The professor was livid. It's like, what are you doing? I'm going to give you 0 on 10.
You can see from his reaction, everything says how much is important this wicket for Nangarhar Leopards.
Yeah, but then he quickly realized it was Johnson Charles, and I think he backed off a bit. You don't want to mess with him. Created room. Look at
what
the little legs of Mohammad Shehzad pumping away. That's a terrific sight as well. End of the second over, and Shehzad, of course, desperately wanted to retain strike. He does. 14 for no loss. Again today, what a match that turned out to be between them and Kabul. 473 runs scored. Or was it 463? Wow. Drifting down leg. How's Mujib shaping up, Hamid? Of course, we know that he's a world-class bowler playing in all sorts of leagues around the world, but he's only, what, 18, 17?
Yeah, he's very young, very talented. And oh, young and talented. Take it that. Big one from Shehzad. Fog maximum Shpagiza. If you are talented, Shehzad is a more dangerous.
Well, you can possibly lip read him better, but I think there was a message there saying, go fetch it, Mujib. Mohammad Shehzad, very chirpy today.
Absolutely. He's just taking every ball. Oh, the reaction of Shehzad. He knew it. It's out of the park. Massive. How many balls have we lost? Oh. You should give this reaction. Don't worry. You're bowling to Shehzad. Mujib.
Wow, you can just stand there scratching your head as Mujib was after that huge blow. Now, he's not a big man. We know he's fairly powerful, but he does hit some of the biggest sixes we've seen. It's incredible. Timing, too, of course, apart from the strength.
No doubt. And we haven't seen much turn in the wicket, and that's why Shehzad easy can pick the ball. Make himself room again. Wonderful shot. Beat the fielder, true to the point, and fine leg area. For another Fog maximum 4 runs.
Well, that's at the boundary, but at the pitch, once again, Mohammad Shehzad eyeballing Mujib, saying, yeah, you want to try this against me? There we go. Moves away, and very deliberately late cut there between the 3 men behind square on the offside. Remember, the slip was removed. They have a lot of cover in that region, yet he found so much power and timing in that shot there, went racing between the short third and backward point. Tries the big one again. It's an inside edge.
He's not gonna stop. He want to finish the game quickly as you want. And Mujib already gave 11 runs. Such a quick outfield, Charu. The ball was just running.
Yeah, too quick, of course. Generally can't take the twos because reaches the fielders very quickly on the boundary. So 2 balls left. Isanullah, more quiet, we think. Yeah, how about that? Big swings for sixes, and now forward defensive.
Classical defensive shot from Isanullah. He's also a very dangerous batsman, and he can hit further than Shehzad, but I think he's giving chance only to Shehzad.
Well, not this time. He will retain strike as they get a single off the last delivery. So 13 of it, 26-27, is it, for no loss after 3, 26. Nangarhar batting, unfortunately, not working again today. Such a disappointment. But we have the young man from Nepal, Sandeep Lamishane, who's now in the attack. Still very young, mind you. Of course, some IPL experience as well, where he bowled and batted well. Have you seen him before, Hamid?
Yeah, I've seen him before in a World Cup and also in IPL. Such a huge talent for Nepal cricket team. And right now he's his first appearance in Afghanistan Premier League, Gulbahar. And let's see what's he got to Afghanistan local and domestic international players.
All right, Ihsanullah, we need a single here. There we go. Thank you very much. We're going to take the 2? No.
Yeah,
Really?
Shehzad, Shehzad wants to 2. I think Shehzad wants to 2. That's why he wants to read the bowler, that how he bowl. Maybe when he turned, you never know. Next ball out of the park again.
Good point. Yeah. Happy to be the non-strikers. It's a little unusual for Mohammad Shehzad, but you could be right, Hamid, just to see what Sandeep has to offer. Didn't catch that at all. Sandeep following Ihsan, and oh, that's terrible. It's a boundary. Terrible only because Sandeep Lamishane had moved the fielder from deep square to deep mid-wicket. And bowled a little short, swung away by Ihsanullah, and where the fielder was, but was moved. That's where we got another fog. Salu Reza.
Yeah, Ihsanullah is in the party now. He says, that's enough, Shehzad. Let me take a charge now. And a welcome boundary for Ihsanullah. And he moved the fielder, as you said, in the same area. Ball went, and another Salu Reza. Another beautiful shot. Another boundary. Fog maximum Salu Reza. Beat the fielder on mid-on. No chance. And the ball was just short of lane again from Lamachani.
Yeah, so not such a good start for the young bowler from Nepal. Lots of spin, mind you, so he's really giving it a rip. But too short, and that's why he's getting hammered. Have to pitch it up a little, Sandeep.
Yeah, if your ball is turning, so you have to bowl a little bit upper and try to put the batsman for a drive at least. And right now, these 2 balls just short deliveries, and Ihsanullah just put it in the right area. If you bowl wrong one, you'll pay the price. Well bowled this one, and such a good comeback. Oh, throw. Good back kick.
Yeah, that was a little reckless, that throw. Ihsanullah would have been safe, we think, by a good margin. Mujib just showing a little bit of angst there. They'll cut up after being hit. Donked for a big 6 earlier on. So, 11 from 4 deliveries, and now we have Mohammad Shehzad, so it could get worse. And there's no doubt in my mind that Sandeep would be a little nervous knowing the reputation of Mohammad Shehzad. Is this going to disappear on the road? Will Shehzad just watch a ball or 2?
Very well bowled and very well played also. He knew it's not in his area, in zone, so he don't want to take it. Maybe next over, Shehzad will take a charge.
A quick indication to Ihsanullah.
Yeah, give some respect.
Yeah, it was a wrong on by Sandeep. Yeah. Well handled by Mohammad Shehzad, we have to say. Up in the sky, that'll go for a big fog maximum. Yeah, still inside the stadium though, but a handsome hit by Ihsanullah. And Sandeep Lamishani's first over, not memorable here. 4 gone, 44 for no loss. So last ball, last over, Ihsanullah showing Mohammad Shehzad, you think you're the only one who can hit it out of the park? Let me show you how it's done.
Yeah, definitely. As I told you, Ihsanullah is a powerful hitter and he's joining the party. Thanks to the crowd, they came coming every day and supporting their favorite players in team. And also thanks to back home in Afghanistan, people are watching and tuning, and they're enjoying Afghanistan Premier League. See the flag, smiles, enjoys. This is a great platform for the players that provide from Afghanistan Cricket Board. The youngsters, the old age people, the kids, and they're enjoying. Just see, it's a great achievement for Afghanistan and Afghanistan Cricket Board. Naveen back to attack.
All right, Naveen, 7 runs in the first over. There was that, well, let's call it a 3/4 chance at backward point to Johnson Charles. But this is from the other end now. And he has Mohammad Shahzad to deal with again. Up and over, nobody there. One bounce for Salureza.
Wonderful shot, Shehzad. Once again, you cannot bowl to Shehzad here, especially when your fielder is in circle. There is an easy boundary for Shehzad. Make himself quick into the position. Up and over for Fog Maximum Salureza.
It wasn't a very clever delivery by Naveen. Try to bang it in. Now you know that if it's short and wide, Shehzad will throw everything at it. You either have cover there as in a deep backward point or a slightly square third man, or you don't bowl that ball. And he did flirt with the thought of sending a man to deep backward point, but he's come right back in. So on the offside, only the infielders, the 2 boundary players on the leg side.
That's a good ball, good comeback, and aggression from Naveen. Shehzad, always talking to the bowlers. Hazrat Zazai, strong man. He hit 6 sixes, almost broke the record of Yuvraj and Gary Sobers. And 12 ball 50s, what a shots. And such a bad day for Abdullah Mazari. First appearance, first game, first over, and 6 ball 6 sixes.
Well, don't worry, Mazari, you'll be as famous as a few others.
Very famous.
You'll be as famous as Stuart Broad. And Malcolm Nash and Tilak Raj. And Dan Van Bunga. So Mazari becomes the 5th man to not score but give away 6 sixes in an over. Of course, the over itself got 37 because of 1 wide as well. Lots of chat here, lots of chat. The umpires have to intervene. This is a no contest. Stay away, Naveen.
Don't mess with Shehzad, Naveen.
Gosh, it's becoming a little rough out there. Of course, they've all been at it for a couple of weeks now, so it's the heat and just the intensity of the battle, and of course this match being such a critical one. Nangarhar, of course, is for the moment losing the battle. They needed to win desperately here today.
Yeah, of course, such a bad start even in batting, and right now in bowling. This is only number 5th. They give only 50 runs. Shehzad too much handy in talking with Naveen. I don't know what's going on there, but umpire is just convincing them. Calm down, guys.
But Ihsan is so cool. He's at the other end. He doesn't really care about all these verbals. Just on drives it for another easy single.
I want to see this ball right now because they had some small conversation, and I don't know what Shehzad got in Naveen. So it will be a good tussle.
We need you to lip read. I'm telling you, all this Pakta going on in there. Hamid, that's what you're here for. Tell us what's going on.
Should I say in Pashto?
No. Family television. Okay.
Yeah. We understand what they are saying.
2 balls in the over. Again, that wasn't clever. Short and wide, and Mohammad Shahzad wins this battle.
I told you, Naveen, don't mess with Shehzad. Once again from massive, big Fog Maximum Shpagiza. Not happy, Naveen, but the only one person will be very happy. Shehzad. Ball disappear again.
I think he especially enjoyed that. On the offside, that's a very powerful blow. It's gone somewhere into that stand. Now, we certainly don't want you translating that, Hamid.
Everybody knows.
Okay, 12 from the over, 1 to go. And they're almost halfway to their target, which is only 128 or so, isn't it? $127 for a win. Very forgettable batting performance again by Nangarhar Leopards, and Ben Cutting will be so sorely disappointed with his own form as well. He got a quick 21, mind you, but he's not in the park yet to bowl. He's feeling the ill effects of maybe a leg injury. Oh, wow! Another Mohammad Shahzad special. He's shown that before. Does it again. I'm sure he's having a little chat with Naveen. And that's another Fog Spagiza. Wow, what a brilliant finish to that over. Thanks to the captain of Paktia Panthers. 5 overs gone, 62 for no loss.
What a fantastic 5 overs it's been. Mohammad Shahzad, he's at it again, isn't he? 3 4s, 4 6s. And how about this for a 6? I was going to say you've never seen anything like it, but with Shahzad, I think I probably have. Alistair Campbell's alongside me. Unbelievable.
It was a top edge. I understand the thinking, the method, and this bloke, he can rile you. He really can. The moment he walks out there, you know that there's something going to happen. And if you try and engage him, and he just feeds off that.
He's got the spirit of Arjuna Ranatunga in him, I think.
We had many a battle, Arjuna Ranatunga. We got to the stage where we decided that we weren't going to say anything to him because he just fed off. You felt you had to say something, you had to engage him. And he loved it. He fed off that and kept belting us around the ground. When we decided that we weren't going to say anything, from the moment he walked in, we just turned our backs. You know, not going to engage you, we're not going to say anything. And that seemed to work. But I think everybody falls into the trap with Mohammad Shahzad. And I saw it with the Zimbabwe series. Everyone wants to engage him and have a word with him. And he loves it and feeds off it. And, you know, at the end of it, when he hits you around the park, shows his belly to you, you know, he's a classic. He really is.
Overthrow here. Just about everything that could go wrong is going wrong for Nangarhar. Was there anyone else in your career who really had this ability to wind you up the wrong way? It was a very long single as well, I think it's fair to say.
And he has the attitude to stare at you down the wicket and go, that was a preposterous call. What on earth are you thinking? He hadn't even budged. He wasn't even backing up. He marches to his own beat, does Mohammad Shahzad. Oh, he's got him! Excellent piece of bowling by Lamichain. It's the googly. It hasn't been picked by Sikandar Raza. To be fair, he should be down the other end. But nonetheless, he's paid the price of not being able to read the young leg spinner.
Well, it was a rickety gate, wasn't it? Between bat and pad. It's a fine piece of bowling. Not sure how much Sikandar will have seen of Lamichan, but he's seen him now and he knows what it's all about. Frustration for him. A rare failure for Sikandar Raza in this tournament. And is there life in this match yet? Raza out for a second ball duck and Paktia 89 for 3.
So half the over's gone now. Samila Shinwari walks in, 89 for 3. Is there a twist? Still Mohammad Shahzad out there, so it should be very tough the way he's batting. Lame Chane has been special the way he's bowled. 38 required of 60 deliveries. Charu, shouldn't be very tough from here on.
Well, it'll be ridiculous if the Paktia Panthers lose from here. I think. Stranger things have happened, of course. Oh, there we go. That's another Pagiza rock back, just slightly short. Zahir, and how quickly did Mohammad Shahzad spot that, and how well did he time it? Brilliant.
Yeah, it doesn't make a difference to him. He will bat in his own fashion, and this is the way he bats. Lovely strike there, just bowling a touch shot. Zahir, he was up to it, Mohammad Shahzad. Let's go down to Hamid.
Another hard-hitting batsman for Afghanistan and also for Paktia Leopards. Ehsan Jannat. Ehsan, dara tu hai Shehzad sara chikala pa crease bande walade. Ehsas disi, it's a feeling lare laka ida chikam style la batting de. Zrudi ni chamda ka shante chakitum hai. Zab mung tul pigu dagana sta matlab the batting power der de.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Laka dasta behtara pata da maluma da ta. Cheza hamesha د شهزاد سره بیټینګ ته اوپننګ ته زمانو په نېشنل ټیم کې دلته نو د سره بیټینګ کول ډېر خوند کوي د که شاټ هم وهي که څلوریزه وهي که شپږیزه وهي نو د وروستو نخرې نه هغه نه زه ډېر خوند اخلم نو زه ډېر زیات انجوای کوم نه معلومه خبره چې شهزاد ډېر غټ هیټر دی نو ما اکثره کوشش هم دغه چې زه دته سټرایک ورکړم او د خپل شاټونه ووهي
واقعا دغه هیڅ شک نشته چې ډېر غټ پلیر دی خو یو کار چې زمونږ د ټولو د خوښیږي هغه د بالران سره د خبرې دی وختي نوین سره څه خبرې وکړلې که هغه لږ داسې مونږ ته ووایي داسې څه خبرې وي چې دی دونه غوسه شو بیا هغې نه پسې دوه که درې شپږیزې ورکړې ورته
شهزاد همیشه هم دغه کوشش کوي چې داسې ینګسټر بالر پریشر کې واچي خبرې کوي غوسه کوي نو شهزاد همیشه هم دغه ینګسټر باندې په فشار راوړي نو همدغه و چې یو څو خبرې ورته وکړې هماغه یې په غوسه کې کړو نو هغه خپل
څنګه دا چلتی تا نه دی زده کړی مجیب غوسه کړل یا اوټ یې کړې
مجیب ماشاءالله ښه بالینګ کوي بهتر بالینګ کوي نو زه همیشه هغه بالینګ نه خوند اخلم نو هغه چا خبره هغه ستوری په ما باندې زورور دی نو هغه بهترین بالینګ کوي
واقعا د کې خو هیڅ شک نشته چې مجیب د افغانستان لپاره یو ډېر غټ ټیلنټ دی یو اخره پوښتنه د افغانستان پریمیر لیګ ډېر ماشاءالله ښه روان دی او ستاسو د ټیم پوینټس هم ښه دي یو ټیم چې دی په ټولو کې ټاپ دی هغه د بلخ دی څه فکر کوئ د هغوی سره به تاسو ځان برابر کړئ یا داسې چانسز هم شته چې هغوی به بیټ کړي ځکه هغوی داسې معلومیږي چې ان بیټن ښکاري نو 20 کرکټ دی ارادې خو به ورته خامخا لرئ
ماشاءالله موږ د سایډ هم ښه سایډ دی داسې نه ده چې هغوی موږ بیټ کړي نه دي هغوی نه موږ میچ ګټلی هم دی انشاءالله موږ پوره کوشش کوو چې هر یو ټیم راځي اول هغه ته به ټف ټایم ورکوو هغې نه بعد بیا بل ټیم سره ګورو
ډیره زیاته مننه کامیاب اوسئ
مننه
Yes, with Ehsan Jannat and he was very excited and the good thing is he was always happy when he is batting with Shehzad in the crease and he's a very cool customer Shehzad and the way he bats the best thing about Shehzad is to put pressure on youngsters and make him angry and then Shehzad can hit him easy so that's his speciality of Shehzad and Ehsan Jannat is looking forward the competition of this tournament against Balkh. They are the opposition and they are looking forward to win this tournament and do their best for upcoming matches. Back to commentary box.
Thanks, Ahmed. Certainly getting the best of you. Oh, lovely strike once again. And that's going to be a fork 4 to end the over. It's 104 for 3. It's been absolutely brilliant batting by Mohammad Shahzad. 69 of just 36 deliveries. And last ball previous over, Charu. What a shot once again.
Yeah, well, he walked into it and realized that it was in the slot and went through with it, as he always does. So great hand-eye coordination once again. And you might think that he's not the quickest, but his feet do move just enough for him to get into a position which he prefers and then goes through with this shot with so much confidence and aggression. I have to also quickly make mention of Sandeep Lamishane, who gave 18 runs in the first over and then only 3 in the next 2 and picked up 2 wickets. So that's a terrific comeback, an incredible comeback. He'll remember this debut of his here for a long time, not just for getting hit, but then for the reply as well. 2 for 3 in the next 2 overs.
Yeah, you're right, Charo. Whatever I've seen him, he's been very impressive. Saw him in the IPL as well. He's really picked up a lot of wickets for his country, Nepal, in the ICC tournaments. Gives a lot of revs to the ball. That's exactly what we were discussing as well. He's got the ability, he's got good control. Saw him bowl in the power play in a few games. So really is a big asset for any captain.
And of course, a very cleverly disguised wrong on which Sikandar Raza couldn't read at all. Oh, again, a big appeal with that pitch down leg, and was it coming back in? Well, that's academic. I'll try and take another look at it, but Samiola also being done in by... Ooh, it was on leg stump, but yeah, it was the wrong one. A flipper it at the least, so not out there, but another very clever ball.
Oh, lovely delivery. That could be close, but indicating there was some glove to it. Very good delivery there from Lamichane.
What a magnificent spell, his second over onwards. And Samiola once again done in completely. That was another wrong one, pitched at just the right place. And ooh, was there an inside edge? I'm not so sure. I don't know what the umpire spotted, but that was going to cannon into middle and leg.
I thought it was, there was some bat to it or some glove to it, but really nothing there, what we saw.
Lamishane could have had 3. And Samiola continues to be a little watchful, a little wary of this young man's leg spinning abilities. I think Mohammad Shahzad is pretty happy with the non-strikers at this point of time.
A fielder at deep mid-wicket now for him. And that was the reason. It was a googly. What an over. Very impressive. And 6 for 3.
Fascinating bowling figures for the Leopards. Sandeep Lamachane, look at that, 2 for 23, and that was after his first over went for 18. Mujib, Naveen and Zahir all going the journey though. And that's why Paktia Panthers are in such a good position at the moment. Ramat Shah, who picked up 3 for 25 a couple of matches ago and was actually player of the match for his leg spin, but you just feel this is a little bit late in the day. Big spin though, but really and truly just 21 required for victory. Alistair Campbell back alongside me. There's no way that surely Paktia can lose from here.
Tell you what, if Mohammad Shahzad got out early, it would have been a very interesting little run chase, because there is a bit of turn. I still think they didn't get enough. If they'd got 140, 150, they would have been in with a big chance, but he's just taken the game away from them. 71 of 39 balls, and he's done it in quick time as well. Shots all around the ground, orthodox and unorthodox. And yeah, 20 or 46 walk in the park, really. Only 3 down, you'd have to say.
Sami Shinwari says, well, I quite fancy going out for dinner this evening, so he decides to get on with it as well. Clobbering Ramat Shah over long on for a Spagiza.
Yeah, there's a slip in place and mid-on up in the circle. Kerr's trying to entice him to hit it against the spin, and he doesn't need a second invitation. If it's there in the slot, I'm going to have a crack, and well, it's hit it right out the middle of the bat, halfway up the stands. Excellent stroke.
Well, Sami Shinwari's been a little bit of a disappointment in this tournament. Good start against Nangarhar in the previous meeting between these two teams, but other than that, hasn't done an awful lot with the bat. Vastly experienced player, of course, both with bat and ball, but we've seen him bowl in just one match with his leg spinners, and look at that. Dear me, if looks could tell a story, they do in that instance. Andre Fletcher and coach Venkatesh Prasad looking absolutely thunderstruck. It all looked so rosy in the garden for the Leopards after their first game against Kandahar, but since then they've got just one further victory, and this, remember, is their penultimate match. Time and again they just haven't got enough runs, and they really are up with their backs to the wall now.
End of the over, 13 bowled, 114 for 3. Yeah, mainly you'd see from that wagon wheel that he's favouring the third man fine leg area and square leg area. That's his strong areas. That pick-up sweep of the spinners, that fetches him a lot of boundaries. And he's always looking to stay leg side of the ball to the seamers, trying to play that ram shot or cut it away through that offside. But really, he's played a top innings. They needed to break the back of this run chase really early on, and he delivered, Mohammad Shahzad, in no uncertain terms. He really knocked the stuffing out of the Nangarhar Leopards early on.
Normally when you see a wagon wheel like that with so few runs down the ground, you'll say, well, the bowlers have obviously bowled far too short. But Shahzad's skill is to take full-length deliveries and whip them square of the wicket, particularly on the leg side. How many times have we seen him do that in the tournament, where bowlers have strayed onto the pads and he's just a little flick of the wrist and away it goes into the stands. Mujib in his last over. Anton Devcic directing traffic with Ben Cutting in the dressing room. We know he's been struggling a little bit with a long-standing ankle problem. I've seen him limping on one or two occasions over the past few matches.
Oh, he's down the wicket and clubs it down the ground, Mohammad Shahzad. Yeah. Well, that's what he can do. Lovely shot on this occasion. We were just saying that maybe that wasn't his strong suit. Well, take that. 14 bowled, 121 for 3.
Six runs off 6 overs. This has been an absolute thrashing for Nangarhar. And look at this, Shahzad down the wicket and down the ground. Shinwari gets off strike, and with the possibility of winning it in one blow here, you wouldn't bet against Shahzad doing exactly that.
No, you wouldn't. He's one of those characters. He wants to finish it in style. Make no mistake. He's not going to prod it into the gap and run down the other end. Well, he had to go. But the spin having the beating of him on this occasion.
Yeah, I think he picked up the mood of the crowd here. The crowd are demanding that he finishes it in style too.
Oh, it's gone straight up in the air. He's going to get away with it as well. Ramad Shah gave it a bit of air, tossed it up there, said, okay, have a go, son. And, well, he tried to mow it over the leg side. And instead of trying to hit it straight, as per the last over, there it is, that favoured pickup sweep, gets away with it. Straight over the keeper's head.
Sami Shinwari decides enough's enough. A spagiza from him. And what a victory for Paktia. Led by Mohammad Shahzad. And that last partnership between himself and Shinwari, 40 unbroken in just 29 balls. Nangarhar absolutely on the edge now, though. Another defeat for them. And Paktia, after being thrashed yesterday by Balk, are back in the winner's circle, primarily thanks to that man. But Shinwari just applying the finishing touch.
It's been emphatic by the Paktia Panthers. They really have dominated this game from the get-go, really. Nangarhar Leopards, the only positive thing was winning the toss and batting first, but never really, from then on in, made a fist of it. Batters never really got to grips with the conditions, to grips with the bowlers, really. And the Paktia Panthers, in pursuit of 126, were never really troubled. 129 for 3, 14.4 overs, so they did it with plenty to spare and assure themselves a place now at the table insofar as the semi-finals are concerned. The Nangarhar Leopards, however, are going to be in a basement battle. They are going to have to fight for their lives because the Kandahar Knights, I reckon, are licking their lips here. They fancy their chances from here on in. They knew that they had to win tonight, the Nangarhar Leopards. It just was a no-brainer, and they haven't managed to deliver. Probably their poorest performance of the tournament thus far.
Quite simply, Nangarhar outclassed this evening. And Shahzad serving up a masterclass for us. 78 from 43 balls, 4 fours and 8 sixes, a strike rate of 181 runs per 100 balls. He was tense before tonight's match, particularly after a defeat yesterday at the hands of Balk. But it's all smiles now, and why not? It's a one-man show, this really. Yes, Isanulla played nicely at the top, and they added 68 for the first wicket. And Samuel Shinwari at the back end gave Shahzad good support. But as Alistair Campbell has said earlier on commentary, if Shahzad hadn't played that innings, it may well have been a much closer affair, with the ball turning quite sharply.
2 for Lamichain in his first game for the Nangarhar Leopards, but it was in vain because the rest of the bowlers never really came into the fray. Naveen, he got pasted up front, as did Zahir. 3 overs for 33, and they were all really made to look pretty ordinary by Mohammad Shahzad. So a night to forget for the Nangarhar Leopards bowlers. Except for one man maybe, and that was Lamichain. Anyway, let's go downstairs now to AJ Mehra.
Thanks a lot. Yes, I've got the star with the ball, although his team was on the losing side. Sandeep very well bowled. First over going for 18 runs, plenty of runs. But the way you came back was very special.
Yeah, just trying to bowl on the right areas, and they really played well. They did use the power play, and yeah, hopefully in the next game we'll come back again.
Yeah, it's going to be very important in the next game. But coming back to this game now, how was the wicket like? There was some turn for you because being a wrist spin, always you can turn on any surface.
Yeah, when I started with new ball, it wasn't that much of turning on the pitch, and yeah, after coming in the second spell, did get some turn, and yeah, used that turn with the good variations, and but still a lot to learn today.
Yeah, but you're playing all over the world now in different leagues. Now, of course, APL also a big learning curve for you. So you must be gaining a lot.
Yeah, of course. Every league is a learning phase for you, and yeah, hopefully I'm learning a lot and will keep learning a lot.
And what does the captain tell you or the coach tell you, advise you as a youngster?
Yeah, he always keeps backing me up, and yeah, great to have him, and happy to be part of the Nangarhar team.
Very well done, and best wishes for the future as well, Sandeep. It's back to the commentators out there.
2 wickets for Sandeep Lamichan. There's Cameron Delport, well caught at mid-wicket by Naveen ul Haq, and then a couple of balls later, a terrific googly to get rid of Sikandar Raza. So not many bright spots for Nangarhar Leopards this evening after they won the toss and decided to bat in this match, match 15. But you have to say that Lamichan is one of those bright spots. But at the end of the day, it's the Paktia Panthers who've taken the honours, and emphatically so, with 32 balls to spare, which in 2020 parlance is an absolute thrashing. This is what it means for the table. The Leopards still ahead of Kandahar Knights, but you can see they've played 2 more matches than the Knights. And remember, only the top 4 sides will qualify for the semi-finals. It's 1 against 4 and 2 against 3 in those semi-finals. And the Leopards now absolutely on the brink. So that's the match done and dusted, but we've still got the post-match presentation to go, and we'll be back with that very shortly. Please stay with us.
And so to the end of 4 consecutive doubleheaders here at the Sharjah Cricket Ground. The Gulbahar Afghanistan Premier League powered by FOG. All went very well for the Paktia Panthers with the ball and with the bat. And unfortunately with the Nangarhar Leopards losing today, it becomes very interesting, which is going to be the fourth team to enter the Final Four. But all that drama is for later. For now, a big thank you to the Afghanistan Cricket Board and, of course, other major sponsors. You got Snixer Sports, Fog Scent, Channel 489.1, Q Ticketing, Kapalwak Mobile, Kababal Afghani, Al Zahra Private Hospital, Dubai, Sports Connection, and Khalij Times. And now, of course, on to our presentation party. We've got a very special guest to begin with. To my left, we need a bigger backdrop for him. Phil Simmons, the head coach of the Afghanistan national team. I hope you're enjoying the tournament and you're scouting. Then we got Mr. Munib Dar, marketing manager of Gulbahar Group of Companies, third from left. We got Mr. Kapalwak Safi, owner of Kapalwak Mobile, second to the left. Very familiar face here. I hope you're enjoying your sponsorship. And of course, Mr. Faizan Malik, COO of Stardom Event Management Company. Just 3 awards to be given. Let's begin with our first, the most stylish player of the match. One of the most destructive batsmen in the world of T20 cricket, perhaps even one-dayers, but not with the bat today, with the ball and with his hands. 2 for 27 and 3 catches. Shahid Afridi is our most stylish player of the game. Mr. Kapalwak Safi will present a check of USD 500 to a man who's played lots of cricket. Congratulations again. Very popular, of course. Then we've got our most sixes of the match. Mr. Faizan Malik will present a check of 1,000 AED. 8 in all, most of them magnificent. Who else could it be? Mohammad Shahzad. Mohammad Shahzad, most number of sixes. Come on, accept your first award. You may have another, we'll see. And of course, we do have a man of the match. Mr. Munib Dar will present the check. Mohammad Shahzad, don't go too far. You did put in a magnificent performance with the bat. He is our man of the match. Mohammad Shahzad. Mr. Munib Dar to present the check of USD 500. And Mohammad Shahzad, if you will accept your trophy from the head coach of your country, Phil Simmons. Congratulations, fine, fine effort. And I hope the Nangarhar Leopards won't mind if I chat with Mohammad Shahzad first. Come on over. We'll finish your chat as the man of the match and, of course, as the captain as well. Shahzad, congratulations. However, there is one thing wrong by giving the opposition only 127 runs. One thing goes wrong. What?
Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. First of all, thanks to Mighty Allah. All credit goes to the bowler, and same like I spoke in the couple of matches before, Shahid Afridi bowled really well. When he really bowled, and the team total is 127. So credit goes to the bowler.
Yes, it does, and they bowled very well. But what they did do is, by getting the opposition out to 127, deprived you, robbed you of 100.
Yeah. Once again, credit goes to the ball, and they will perform really well in consecutive matches. When yesterday we lost the match, but we not hope the last. Morale is very high.
All right, I'm going to stop joking, but I'm going to say, listen, what was so different? Because the match earlier, 470 runs were scored, and when you were bowling, the opposition just found it very difficult.
I don't know, but the wicket is very good for the spinning. You can see the Shahid Afridi and Sharafuddin bowl really well, and especially the young fast bowlers. So again, credit goes to them. They will restrict them under the 140, so that's why we're chasing easy.
All right, we're waiting for your first 100.
Yeah, I will try to make in the last 2 games.
Congratulations, you've safely made it to the Final Four. Well done. Before you go, though, far away, we've got a fan of the match. So if you'd like to go to your left, please, and sign the cricket ball for the fan of the match right there. That's Muhammad Jan is our fan of the match. He's got a new ball, just right there is fine. Muhammad Jan, that's okay. Just get your ball signed. And thank you for being here all these days. You're a familiar face. I hope you enjoyed this day very specially. And that ball is being signed by a terrific cricketer. I hope you enjoyed. Thank you. Okay, one last duty, of course. Ben Cutting, unfortunately, couldn't join us as the skipper of the Nangarhar Leopards, but Anton Devsic is here. Anton, if you'd like to run on, please. He's wearing socks, so that's okay. So good. Anton, you know, I asked Mohammad Shahzad, and I'm going to ask you too. It seemed really difficult in the first few overs for you guys to get some runs.
Yeah, it was just one of those things where we probably hit too many fielders and couldn't quite get the gaps, and I thought they bowled relatively well up front. They changed the pace well, bowled away from our strengths, and yeah, they probably just out-bowled us in that first 6.
Yeah, we do still think you're a great bowling outfit, but the runs are kind of drying up after the first few matches.
Yeah, we are a great bowling outfit. We've got quality spinners, and hopefully they come into play later on in the competition. If we can make the semi-finals, if we win one more game, hopefully we can get there. And yeah, we probably just probably just needing a few more runs out of the top order and the middle. We've got some good starts throughout the tournament, and then we've sort of lost our momentum through the middle. So we just got to probably pay a little bit more attention to that middle.
Yeah, well, your beleaguered captain keeps smiling through it all, but it's getting a little tough now. How about the team morale? And let's hear it from you now. Are people still happy to go out there and try and give it 100%? Are the shoulders dropping?
No, I wouldn't think so. We've had 4 consecutive days of cricket, so there's a few tired bodies in the shed. But we had a couple of days off now, so it's probably our first good couple of days off that we've had. So we'll relax. You know, T20. Sometimes you win, sometimes you lose, and hopefully we can change our form in the next game, and then hopefully play semi-finals. And once you make the semi-finals, you never know what will happen.
People have a sneaky suspicion that you're just trying to make things interesting by saying, well, we'll get there late.
Yeah. Better late than never.
All right, you've been in fine batting form. Congratulations for your batting form, except for today, and good luck for the rest of the matches, and hope you rest well.
Thank you, we will. Cheers.
Thank you. On behalf of Ben Cutting, the skipper of, we'll take him for the interview anyway, Anton Devcic, who's played very well for the Nangarhar Leopards. So we have a big break coming up. I think everybody will be happy with that, but for now, we'll go back to the commentary box to finish this 4 consecutive doubleheader Super Sunday.
So there's the summary, thanks to Charu and everyone down at the presentation ceremony. Paktia Panthers a comfortable win with 32 balls in hand. Mohammad Shahzad making a mockery of that target, really. 78 with 4 fours and 8 sixes from just 43 deliveries. That was after Nangarhar once again failed with the bat. Ramat Shah top scoring for them, but really and truly they simply didn't get enough runs after they won the toss. And that once again proved to be their Achilles heel. This is what it means. The Nangarhar Leopards now with just 1 match to go in the group stages, and they're only 2 points ahead of the Kandahar Knights, who got their first victory against the Leopards last night. So the Knights, can they get a little bit of momentum and sneak up on the Leopards? And the other thing about that Leopards loss tonight was that it once again has had a very bad impact on their net run rate, which is by far the worst of the 5 teams. Remember, only 4 teams qualify for the semi-finals. It's 1 against 4 and 2 against 3. Well, we're going to have a rest tomorrow, and we'll be back on Tuesday, and this is the game we'll be bringing you on Tuesday evening at 8 o'clock local time. It's the Kandahar Knights, fresh off their first victory up against Kabul Zwanan, who were thrashed today after they conceded 244 for 6 at the hands of the Balk Legends. Can they bounce back under their captain, Rashid Khan? Well, we'll find out soon enough, in a couple of days. In fact, we'll all have a break tomorrow and come back with batteries recharged. Hope you've enjoyed the action from the Sharjah Cricket Stadium in this Gulbahar Afghanistan Premier League. We've enjoyed bringing it to you, and we look forward to your company next time. In the meantime, good night.